Smart Bed. You can adjust your comfort on both sides. Your sleep number setting.
Can it help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable.
Will it help me keep up with Mom?
You got this.
So you can really promise better sleep.
Not promise, prove. And now during our Veterans Day sale, save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed. Now $17.99. Only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
What is it? Bangin'.
This is what I call a bangin' burger.
The chilies with the onions and the queso.
Boom. Queso knows where it's supposed to be, where it belongs. Queso burger.
With ServPro, our expert cleaning service helps reduce the spread of viral pathogens. With the certified ServPro Clean Shield in your window, and let your customers know.
And returned for a touchdown. Levi Williams has to buy time in the 3-down drop 8 coverage and find guys in the open holes. That one wasn't there for him.
Second pick here in 3 games so far this season for the redshirt freshman, who did play 3 games last year for Wyoming, including starting and leading this group to the win of the Arizona Bowl. Williams looking to find his man out of the backfield, and that's Valladay. You talked about his dual threat abilities here, Malik. Last week, Fresno State torched Colorado State with plays out of the backfield. Their running backs caught passes for more than 100 yards.
Absolutely, and that's what makes them so dangerous, the ability to be able to have extended handoffs, throwing it to the flats and allowing guys like Valladay to make plays. Colorado State gave a lot of 3rd and longs because of the flats. So let's see if we can correct that this week.
5 yards on first down. to make sure he was lined up right and moved and flagged for.
Sort of a slow start for this Wyoming.
Another 6. O'Brien to McBride, and like that, it's a 2-touchdown lead for the Rams.
That's what you want. You got to ride the momentum. Trey McBride, a big offensive piece for this offensive unit in the passing game. And once again, he's wide open on the over route, and they're making it look easy right now. They got Wyoming on their toes.
So the Rams force a pair of turnovers, and both result in touchdowns.
That's what you see from this Wyoming defense sometimes. They can overplay their hand with the run action and let guys leak behind them like they did Trey McBride, and they made them pay for it.
This on for another point after Trey McBride, who first team All Mountain West selection last year, led tight ends of the league in catches and yards, had 130 receiving yards last week, and picks up more of that and another touchdown. The Ram defense doing its thing with another takeaway. And O'Brien and company take advantage. McBride to the house, and the Rams rolling at the outset.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks.
Out here, you gotta be tough. My truck, my crew, they're tough. Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
More meat ounces means more meat bounces. Get any papadilla like the new double cheeseburger papadilla for just $6. Papa John's.
You won't see these folks at the post office. They have businesses to grow, customers to care for, lives to get home to. They use Stamps.com. Print discounted postage for any letter, any package, anytime, right from your computer. Get the services of the post office, plus UPS at up to 62% off. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial, plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/save and never go to the post office again.
So, Frank, you're a big hurt. Why do you need Nugenix?
After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me. I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
Frank!
So does Nugenix really work? Oh, yeah. My workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
Break. So, say I knew someone who should try Nugenix. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenix by texting ELITE to 231231. Its unique formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text ELITE to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's ELITE to 231231.
Back in Fort Collins, Colorado, kickoff down for a touchback by Wyoming as Levi Williams and the Cowboys try to compose themselves here. Back-to-back turnovers leading directly to Colorado State touchdowns, and Wyoming in a 14-point hole.
Wyoming has to do a better job of starting better on first down. When they get in these opportunities where they're playing behind the sticks and they're relying on Levi to pass them on to a first down, it's becoming a little difficult, and he's getting confused by some of these looks.
Just 2 turnovers combined in the first 2 games and 2 here in the first 2 drives of this 3rd contest of the season. To the ground game here, and that's a nice positive play. 4 yards on first down. Mohamed Kamara there on the stop. As you see the story of the 2 turnovers. First the pick 6 from Marshawn Cameron, and then he's got the hit and the recovery by Jones.
Let me tell you what, Marshawn Cameron has definitely done his film study for preparing for this week, and he's making plays all over the field.
O'Brien and McBride did cash that in for another score. And inspired stuff here from this Rams defense. Carter coming in for the stop. And Chuck Heater, who's been around a long time, over 40 years as a college assistant, second go-around as defensive coordinator here at Colorado State. He was here with Earl Bruce for a couple of years in the early 90s. You could tell there was passion this week for this group to correct those mistakes, especially on those big 3rd down plays they were victimized last week.
Oh, absolutely. Chuck Heater's not afraid to step up to the challenge. He's been around football a long time.
Looking for a jump is Colorado State, and the flag is thrown. A little discussion here between this officiating crew.
Offside, defense. Player entered the neutral zone, causing a reaction from the offensive player. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So Jackson coming in. It will go against Colorado State. There's Chuck Heater. You know, college coaches had passports, Malik. His would have a ton of stamps on it. He's been here, there, and everywhere. Coming back here with Colorado State and has this group turning up the wick here at the outset of this rivalry game. Valladay churning forward again. You talked about his running style here. He's got the ability to put a foot in and move, but also he's got straight ahead strength.
The ability that he has at his stature is kind of like Tony Pollard out of the Dallas Cowboys. His ability to be explosive with his spin moves and his one jump cuts in a tight space shows how dynamic this guy is inside and outside of tackles. He's hard to bring down, but Daquan Jackson has made it his mission to make a play on that today. 6
rushes, 18 yards so far. You see 3rd in the nation in yards from scrimmage this season. Williams fires complete this time over the middle and gets it done to Aiden Eberhardt across midfield. First down, 21-yard pickup for the Cowboys.
Even with a good pass play and a good completion, they're putting pressure on Levi. They're making him uncomfortable. Even on plays, he's making completions. So we got to see if that offensive line, which is massive in size, can hold up so they can keep him off the ground and keep his nerves a little bit down.
Toby McBride applied the pressure that last time. Smith subbing in for Valladay. And he'll run it forward. The graduate transfer started his career at Louisville, his second season on the field for Wyoming. Son of former Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver Jimmy Smith. He'll check out. Second and 8 here for Wyoming.
One thing that's really interesting is Chuck Heaters knows that the offensive line that he's going against is way bigger than him, but finding ways to shift that line and bring in defenders from the second level to still create pressure is something amazing about him.
Pressure coming for Williams, and he's forced to gun it early. It's low and offline, looking for Valladay. Carter coming right up the gut, looking to apply the pressure.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. They know that they're not the biggest, but they're going to shift and bring in single defenders, straight line that you have to solidify in the protection. I think Levi needs to spend a little more time delineating which guys are coming, and even if they are, be able to make the right throw to get the hot read out.
Cowboys 1 of 3 on third down so far, coming into the game 35% of the season from the 39 of CSU.
Expecting some pressure here.
Williams fires to the outside. It'll be short of the first down, complete to Everhart again. Taiwan Francis, the junior from New Orleans, there with the stop.
If I'm Wyoming, I'm doing exactly this. I need momentum. I need this drive to continue to take some pressure off my defense, and this is a critical down early on in the game. I'm expecting him to find Valladay somewhere in the flats and to get him the football so he can make those plays and get a first down.
4th and 3. Wyoming's gone for it on 4th down twice so far this season. Gotten it both times. They won't get it this time. Valladay gets stuck. It's Jackson who read it all the way, and CSU will have the football yet again.
So surprising to see this Rams defense be more aggressive than the aggressive team on the other side. Wyoming's defense is known to be the aggressive defense, but this time the Rams are turning up the heat. They're bringing in pressures, they're slanting the D-line, and they're making Wyoming very uncomfortable. This is heating up right here in the first quarter.
Dear Max, dear Abigail, Harper, and Hudson, I know I'm not supposed to choose favorites, but you're my number 1. Sent you a little something special. Happy holidays, love, Grandma.
Harper, Hudson, let's open your presents from Grandma.
Come here, Max. Here you go.
Abigail.
Guys, say cheese. Come on.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Did you get the gift we sent you, Mom?
We did. We loved it.
We should do this every year.
Give the perfect gifts this holiday from Chewy.
What did you do to your hair?
We can't make your kids' hair grow back quicker, but we can straighten your smile for less than $3 a day. Go from this to this. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks.
Out here, you gotta be tough. My truck, my crew, they're tough. Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Today, pros have to do whatever it takes. The Home Depot is here to make that easier. Our delivery options get what you need, where you need it, and our app helps you keep track of everything, so you can keep doing what you do best, whatever it takes to get the job done. Now, Pro Extra members earn rewards like Tool Rental Center credit or Pro Extra dollars with every purchase. Join the loyalty program made just for pros at HomeDepot.com/ProExtra. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
When you shoot the Zesty Burger Sauce Rapids on this new double cheeseburger papadilla, oh, you're gonna wanna capsize in that Chunderdome of meat, cheese, and pickles. The new double cheeseburger papadilla and the return of double cheeseburger pizza. Papa John's.
When fire and water threaten your business, hand the cleanup over to the team that stays with you every step of the way in your journey back. 1-800-SERVPRO and ServPro.com, like it never even happened.
Tomorrow morning, 10 Eastern, dive into the CBS Sports Network pool as some of the best swimmers in the world team up and hit the water in Budapest. The International Swimming League on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Jason App, Bleak Zaire, our CBS Sports Network crew. Glad to have you with us here from Fort Collins. It's been all CSU in the latest edition of Border War so far. Chuck Heater's defense with something to prove. They have been doing it so far here against Wyoming. After holding on downs, play action for O'Brien. He'll take a shot down the field. looking for right, and he's got him complete. Almost to the 20-yard line. The big gainer, 43 yards to the speedy sophomore.
That's the guy we was expecting, Dante Wright, to use his speed. And look at Patrick O'Brien just throwing it to open space and letting this guy go get it. That's a great play.
Colorado State not wasting any time, trying to go for the kill here early against the Cowboys. This time, McElroy on the ground. Again, Todd Centeio started at quarterback last week for Steve Addazio. Again, a couple of top wide receivers out, thought his work with the ground game could do some things. He ran for almost 100 yards. Colorado State had a 10-7 lead at one point, but things stalled. And when the game was out of reach, O'Brien came in as a replacement and led the Rams to a late touchdown. But he's in from the get-go tonight and complete to McBride. There's a look at the transfer from Temple, who did some good things with his legs, but missed some targets, had some other balls drop Malik, and we do expect to see him at some point tonight. But you wonder, with O'Brien and this offense chugging along, when will that spot be? Or will the starter from last year keep on cooking? McElroy powering through, lugs it close to the 10-yard line. A host of Cowboys there on the stop, including Golden and Braden Smith.
I think this is the opportunity we get to see this Rams offense be at full strength, and we can see how complete they are and how balanced they are, being able to run and throw to keep this Wyoming defense on their toes. We're not used to seeing them being backed on their toes like this before.
McElroy stopped. Good pressure up front. Now a flag coming in late. Cole Goodboe had the penetration. The sophomore from Hudson, Wisconsin, blowing up that play, but there is laundry in the field.
Holding, offense, number 52, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Adam Karutz, one of 3 Boston College transfers that followed Steve Addazio here to Fort Collins that make up part of that line at left guard, center, and Karutz at right guard. That'll back up the Rams.
It speaks a lot to Addazio's relationships with his players. For he to have 3 main guys follow him, it shows that he's a great coach on and off the field.
O'Brien again off play action. He has the ability to move a little bit too, but not able to move that far with pressure coming from the Cowboys and dragging him down.
Wyoming stepping it up, not allowing guys to get behind them as much like this, but you're seeing a Wyoming defense that is playing better on the defensive line. And like we said, we don't expect Patrick O'Brien to move a lot around in the pocket, but when he does, it is surprising, but he can get some yards on his feet as well.
Caleb Robinson bringing on the play there for Wyoming. 2nd and 21. O'Brien to the outside. Wright latches onto it. We mentioned Ty McCullough sat out COVID protocols last week. Of course, the big game breaker, Warren Jackson for Colorado State from last year, opting to prepare for the NFL draft. So 1 game breaker gone. Cam Butler, another talented guy, as a playmaking tight end, lost for the season. So the Rams glad to have Wright back, and they have utilized him a lot here early on. 3rd and 17 from the 18. Pressure coming, and O'Brien goes down. Does hold on to the football. You see the heat from the backside. Isaiah Gandy able to get the stop, and a key defensive moment for the Cowboys.
Here we go. The Wyoming defense turning it up, having a double A-gap blitz. They didn't have enough guys to pick it all up. Caught Patrick O'Brien on the backside, and that's how you step it up for your offense if you're the Wyoming defense. Pushing those guys back so to make the tougher kick for the Wyoming defense to make a play on the downs, and this is what you want. You want to back this offense up as much as you can to give your offense some relief so they can get out there and make some plays.
Robert Liss coming on for the field goal try. This will be a 45-yarder. He was good from 24 a week ago, but the freshman cannot convert this time.
Great stands by Wyoming defense. Great stands.
So the Cowboys needing to make some plays, they do. Liss, a miss. And it's still only a 2-touchdown lead for CSU.
time for Sleep Number's Veterans Day sale on the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. You can adjust your comfort on both sides, your Sleep Number setting.
Can it help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable.
Will it help me keep up with Mom?
You got this.
So you can really promise better sleep.
Not promise, prove. And now during our Veterans Day sale, save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition smart bed. Now $17.99. Only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Oh, honey. What do you think? You love it?
With ServPro, our expert cleaning service helps reduce the spread of viral pathogens. Put the certified ServPro Clean Shield in your window and let your customers know that you're committed to a higher standard of clean. For a free quote, visit servpro.com.
I think we'll have the $5.99 steak special. I am super excited for this.
Yeah, me too. I'm starving.
What if everyone gave you the value that the General does?
Bit of our famous sauce. May I?
With affordable rates, even if you've missed a few payments.
Looks like you're covered.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time!
More meat ounces means more meat bounces. Get any papadilla like the new double cheeseburger papadilla for just $6. Papa John's.
Old Trapper Beefs. Fancy flavors.
Want a snack? Is that rhubarb? Oh, much better.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Saturday on CBS, our college football coverage gets underway 2:30 Eastern. Get you caught up on all the day's action in college football today. Then it's the SEC on CBS. Top 10 matchup, Florida and Georgia. And Mr. Malik Zaire, you understand a little bit about this rivalry back in 2017, going through the moves. How about this play? Explain to me what this looks like in the playbook.
It's something you've got to draw up in the sand. When you're losing like we were in that game, you got to do anything to survive the drive. And, you know, with a guy like that, you can make plays, right?
Absolutely. Wyoming trying to make some positive plays on offense here. Smith with the carry there on first down. How surprised are you with how this is shaken out so far?
It's surprising on the offensive side of football for Wyoming. They look a little confused by some of the looks, and they're not getting the yardage on first and second down in the running game like they're used to, which is putting them behind the sticks and putting more pressure on Levi.
It's interesting. Wyoming showed great improvement from the loss in week 1 to the win in week 2 against Hawaii. And now Colorado State, after the loss in week 1, showing good improvement so far here into week 2. Williams just waiting, trying to heave it, and can't complete it. Looking to set that up to the running back again, but coverage excellent there for CSU. Scott Patchen applied some pressure as well, the transfer defensive end from Miami.
CSU is staying home. They know that they're not getting a lot of run action on the front side, so they're staying home backside, waiting for those rollouts, and they're sitting right, playing right into the Colorado State's defense, and that's, you're gonna have to switch it up. You're gonna have to stretch the ball down the field so you can loosen up such a tight coverage that the Rams are showing tonight.
There's 25% efficiency so far, converting third downs for the Cowboys. This is 3rd and 5. This one complete, but it'll be short. Cameron right on top of Eberhardt there for the reception, and that looks to be short of the needed yardage. 4th and 2, and from inside your own 40. It's punt time here for the Cowboys as Nick Knoll is out.
The Rams defense has their card. They know they're not going to throw anything past 20 yards. The guys, even when they're playing in man, are not backing up. They know what their sticks are. They're playing everything in front of them. And it's going to be a tough day unless they find answers down the field.
So Dante Wright back to return. But from Knoll, fair catch signal out there. And handled at the 28-yard line. 36-yard punt for the graduate student from Bradenton, Florida for Wyoming. Steve Adazio again comes in here, takes control of this program after 7 seasons at Boston College, a couple at Temple. Again, he was part of a staff with Urban Meyer at Florida, won a couple of BCS national titles, and try to put his imprint here on what he wants from Colorado State. And you hear Steve Dazio talk. He said, we want to be a physical, tough team that can run the ball and stop the run and be explosive. Who does that sound like? It sounds like the guys on the opposite side here of the field in Wyoming. Run forward here for Ajon Vivens.
And you're absolutely right. The identity that Steve Adazio wants to set for that offense and for the defense of the Colorado State Rams, he wants to be physical in nature and aggressive in nature. And this is the little brother ideology versus the big brother ideology. Wyoming has already established that with Craig Bohl for so many years, and the tradition is strong. Colorado State wants to emulate that, and they're doing it tonight.
5 wides here for CSU. O'Brien will go up top to the outside looking for E.J. Scott. It's incomplete, but multiple flags down. You saw the coverage there from Smith and Colden, and it looked like contact against the DBs of the Cowboys.
Pass interference. Defense, number 31. 15-yard penalty enforced in the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Don't think it's 31. Think it's 21 there in Colden. And yeah, that'll look like it when you have a hug of the receiver.
Little too handsy by number 21, bringing him and dragging him along when he gets his head turned around. You can't have too much contact, especially when the guy is in the air and the ball is close in proximity. So, yeah, they're giving up big plays. You can't let that happen when you had a semi-good defensive play right there, but you got to finish these drives and get off the field if you want your offense to have another chance at scoring a touchdown. Both teams playing heavy man.
Should be the last play of the quarter, unless it's incomplete like it is. Vivens not able to get there. Again, Ajon Richard, sophomore from Denver. Been a wideout for this Colorado State team, but they needed some depth at running back, so moved in. He can play both spots. You saw him getting out in the flat, but not able to hang on. And the give to Vivens. Room to roll on the outside. Cut back inside the 30 into the 25-yard region, down to the 22 here for CSU. An impressive opening 15 minutes here for Colorado State. 30-yard run to cap the electric quarter for the home team. That's the end of the first quarter. 14-0 Colorado State. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico.
My son was prescribed pain opiates. No one ever told us how highly addictive these drugs were. There's a lot of families that are torn apart, but families can heal. Young people can get better.
There's hope and help at drugfree.org.
We made USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Patty,
100%.
Patty, Patty. The flavor, the way they cook it, the way they season it, the way that it's made. Queso burger.
DiGiorno has 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Rising Crust is fresh baked deliciousness. Stuffed crust is literally mouth-watering. There's a 5-star pizza for everyone in your family to love. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
These folks, they don't have time to go to the post office. They have businesses to grow, customers to care for, lives to get home to. They use Stamps.com. Print discounted postage for any letter, any package, anytime, right from your computer. All the amazing services of the post office, only cheaper. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/now and never go to the post office again.
So Frank, you're a big hurt. Why do you need Nugenix?
After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me.
I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
Frank, so does Nugenix really work?
Oh, yeah. My workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
Frank. So, say I knew someone who should try Nugenix. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenix by texting ELITE to 231231. Its unique formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text ELITE to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's ELITE to 231231.
The bronze boot goes to the winner of the annual border war. Right now, it's residing on Wyoming's sideline, but Colorado State wants to be able to run and get it after the game, and right now, they're 2 touchdowns to the good as we start quarter number 2. The passing game early, Malik, opens up things running-wise.
Offensive coordinator Joey Lynch is doing a great job of playing an over-aggressive defense in the Cowboys, formationally lining guys up to be able to have explosive plays. Like we saw in the last play with this huge run that the team lined up in man-to-man, had nobody on the field side, and you can tell from the booth, guys, that was going to be an explosive play from the beginning. If you're going to play an over-aggressive team, you need to find explosive plays in the run game, and they did that with a double guard pull to the short side of the formation.
Saw Joey Lynch, left Ball State, his alma mater. Last year, the Cardinals there, their offense, top 25 of the nation in total offense and rushing offense, led the MAC in scoring total offense plays per game. And again, really didn't get to showcase it, was frustrated. They had a 10-7 lead again, remember, Malik, during that first half, and then they had 8 successful drives where they either punted, turned it over, or turned it over on downs, just bogged down in the middle of that game, but they have been much crisper here in week 2. That play blown up immediately. Read on the outside by Gandy. He was right in the face of Nick Elroy.
Weak side pressures have been hurting both teams. As you can tell, there's nobody on the backside. The guard and the tight end have to be able to log those guys coming on the extra. And, you know, that's a good play by the Wyoming defense. It's very important to see Joey Lynch is more comfortable calling plays consistently in this drive as opposed to last week with Ty Centeio coming in and having creative plays.
3rd and 13. O'Brien 5 of 7, making 6 of 8 passing now on the right. Tacks on some yards after the catch to get the first down.
Dante Wright, the guy that was missing out of the offense last week, you see the impact that he's having this week. It's simple things like this. They're going to take advantage of his speed in every way. Throw it out to him in the flat, get it to him down the field on one-on-ones, but these are the things that's going to make them dangerous as an offense. Finding Dante Wright and then coming back with that run game to push the ball down the field.
6 of the completions for Colorado State, or 6 completions, 4 of them have gone to Wright. You're looking at the red zone brought to you by Verizon. 70 yards on those 4 catches for Wright. First down here. And first and goal from the 10. Nothing doing for Nick Elroy. Again, Muma, smart, rangy middle linebacker there with help from Victor Jones, the junior from Sacramento, California.
I really like this Wyoming defense, even though they've been on their heels a lot today. When they've gotten down in the red zone, they've tightened up in a really great way. You see Muma and you see Dickens being able to make plays on the running game and stopping them short. I want to see what this red zone offense is looking like from the execution standpoint on the Rams side.
Jay Sauble, defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, trying to see if his team can make a stand again and force another field goal try.
Maybe we can see a little RPO action with Patrick O'Brien and Dante Wright, putting a defender in a spot that's unwinnable and making that defense step up to that run. They're playing the run very well. Let's see if we can sneak behind Dante Wright in the RPO.
3rd and goal. Pressure coming. O'Brien driven down. And another big stand from the Cowboys. Braden Smith attacking from that strong safety spot for another important stop.
Another double A gap pressure. You're just not going to have enough guys to block. 7 guys coming. It's almost like a zero blitz. You know it's man. You got to get it out quick. In this case, I want to find a Trey McBride or my fastest receiver in Dante to get the ball to. Wyoming got to the player, got to the quarterback fast, made a play, and forcing the kick.
Robert List missed earlier from 45, trying now from 29. This one is up and good. It's Colorado State. Another deep surge into Wyoming territory results in 3 more. The shutout continues, 17-0 so far for the Rams.
When it comes to the home gating, you gotta have certain essentials. As long as I got my family, friends, Tostitos, my famous nachos, we're good. And don't forget to put a little bend in your knees. Right now, we're just finding happiness in the small things. Just being with the fellas, watching the game, I think it's a very special moment. We don't get to play, but we get to watch it.
I agree. I'm okay with you being the nacho guy the rest of the season.
Tostitos, get to the good stuff.
Dear Max, dear Abigail, Harper, and Hudson, I know I'm not supposed to choose favorites, but you're my number one. Sent you a little something special. Happy holidays, love, Grandma.
Harper, Hudson, let's open your presents from Grandma.
Come here, Max. Here you go.
Abigail. Guys, say cheese. Come on.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Did you get the gift we sent you, Mom?
We did. We loved it.
I should do this every year.
Give the perfect gifts this holiday from Chewy.
Patty,
100%.
Patty, Patty. The flavor, the way they cook it, the way they season it, the way that it's made. Queso burger.
This is a Smile Direct Club aligner. It's how Smile Direct Club safely and gently straightens your teeth. Wear them as directed, and you'll get a smile you love for less than $3 a day. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
DiGiorno has 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Rising Crust is fresh baked deliciousness. Stuffed Crust is literally mouth-watering. There's a 5-star pizza for everyone in your family to love. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Hi, Susan. Honey.
Yeah?
I respect that, but that cough looks pretty bad. Try this new Robitussin Honey Severe.
The real honey you love, plus the powerful cough relief you need.
Mind if I root through your trash?
New Robitussin Honey Severe. Strong relief for your severe symptoms.
Over 100 years of history here in the Border War, the battle for the Bronze Boot. Some of the latest pictures tonight with Colorado State leading the league. These are some of the rivalries that you hold near and dear.
Oh, classic rivalries, especially the Florida-Georgia one. Being able to be a part of that, one of the largest cocktail tailgates in the world. I mean, it's a special week, especially tonight with 2 great teams going at it.
Only thing missing here from a lot of these rivalry games this year, packed stadiums. Again, no fans allowed here inside Campus Stadium, and they would be going crazy with this start here for CSU with a 17-point lead early second quarter.
For Colorado State to be at home and playing so well without fans in a rivalry game shows that this is intensity for them, and they're trying to prove something. They want to win at this game compared to the last 4 that they lost.
Wyoming last week, its home opener, the local COVID regulations there allowed them to have fans. They had about 6,700. Craig Bowles said they were noticeable and loud. Steve Adazio wasn't really sure how it would be here with no fans, but his team has responded to the challenge. And now again on defense, Brennan, remember, went out holding his shoulder. He looks good right now because he led in and made the stop.
Oh, these guys are playing with no fear. And the biggest thing that they're doing on the defense is tackling the defender with one guy. A lot of times, Valladay gets so many yards after contact because not one guy is bringing him down. Tonight, the Colorado State Rams are putting pads on that guy and bringing him down with one guy.
12 rushes so far for Wyoming for 14 total yards. That is not like the team that rushed for 281 on the ground last week against Hawaii. Let's put pressure on Williams, this time able to find Eberhardt. Nifty little move. He'll cross out past the 30 and pick up the first down for Wyoming. And with Carter there on the stop.
One thing to mention about Coach Adazio's style of play, when I played him at Notre Dame, versus Boston College, he had the #1 defense in the country for turnovers. And tonight, we're seeing that culture kind of translate tonight with the amount of turnovers and chaos they're creating on defense. They had a lot of All-American players while he was at Boston College on the defensive side of football and made it really tough for us. Even though we was a good team at Notre Dame, anytime we played Boston College with Coach Adazio back there, we knew we was going to have some problems on the defense end.
And a timeout taken here. See the
Wyoming
first down.
has called their second charge timeout of the half.
7-4 advantage for Coach Adazio. Craig Bohl takes another timeout. Second here of the half already for the Cowboys as they try to steady things at this junction. Tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern, join the Inside College Football Cruise. They keep you updated on everything happening around the nation, deliver the top headlines of the day, right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Those guys have fun talking football, and right now, if you're Coach Adazio, this has got to be fun. Again, coming in, trying to instill your brand of football, the new program, dealing with all the COVID restrictions. Adazio said, you know, with all of that, he said, I'm still learning my team. We're going to try and win as many games as we can. I don't want to sacrifice the building of things just to win a game. We want to build the right way, but it takes trust. It takes time. And his team is really galvanized so far as they collapse on Valladay again. McBride leading the thrust along the interior line.
Well, partner, I think you're right. They definitely have gotten a chance to take in that message. They've definitely galvanized around each other and are making plays. They're not afraid to bring that physicality to a team that's physical. They're bullying the bullies right now, and it's something that Wyoming's going to have to play better on.
Valladay, 8 rushes, just 13 yards. Wyoming trying to get him on track. Maybe they can loosen things up in the pass game, and it's complete. The deep threat, Nayor there. Williams with a strike under pressure. And the Cowboys into Colorado State territory, 32 yards on the pass and catch.
That's what we love to see, hitting the one-on-ones when they're open. It was a great throw while getting pressured. He's been getting pressured while he's throwing all night, but be able to make this play right here to a guy who they expect a lot from. 6'3", Nayor is looking to make big plays down the field like he did tonight, and hopefully we can have more explosive plays like that moving forward.
Redshirt freshman from Fort Worth, Texas with the grab. And now Valladay getting some space. Burst through. Another first down here for Wyoming. Carter finally dragged him down.
We know this team is built off momentum. Once they get those combo blocks in between the tackles, we know Valladay is going to hit that second and third level. And this is where you make guys miss. When you have momentum, the team is moving fast, and this is where we can see a potential score here to settle down this Wyoming offense.
21 yards to set it up from the 14-yard line. 1st and 10. This time it's Smith, and Smith will dance to the end zone. Cowboy touchdown.
Trey Smith making it look easy. He didn't even have a hand get touched on by the Rams defense. They may have been tired or may be out of position, but when Wyoming runs tempo offense like this with those beefy guys up front, they're going to get some push on some guys that are kind of tired. I mean, they've been making plays all first half, but now that Wyoming offense, when the running attack coming, it's going to be hard to stop it all game. And like that, nobody touching the guy straight to the end zone, it's going to be interesting moving forward.
Right tackle Frank Crum, right guard Logan Harris blowing open a nice hole. John Hoyland on for the extra point. And Trey Smith gets his 3rd touchdown in a 2-game span. A much-needed score for the Cowboys. Finally on the board in the Board Award. 7 takes it in for 6, and it's a 1-score game in Fort Collins.
For Sleep Number's Veterans Day sale on the new Sleep Number 360 smart bed.
What if I sleep hot?
Or cold?
No problem. With temperature balancing, you can sleep better together.
Can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable.
Will it help me keep up with Mom?
You got this.
So, you can really promise better sleep?
Not promise, prove. And now save up to $700 on the new Sleep Number 360 smart bed, only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
When we started our business, we were paying like an arm and a leg for the postage. I remember setting up ShipStation. I think it was just like 1 or 2 clicks. Everything was up and running. I was printing out labels and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, we're cut in half, just like that.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/try and get 2 months free.
Hi, Linda. Looks like you've got a prescription to fill. Any idea how much that's going to cost in there? The exact same drug that's $10 at this pharmacy is $150 at this one. GoodRx finds prices and discount coupons on every prescription. Just input the drug name and instantly find savings at virtually every pharmacy in America.
Next. What can I do for you? Here's my prescription, and I have a coupon from GoodRx. Nice price.
Stop paying too much for your prescriptions with GoodRx.
Home. They say it's where the heart is, but home is also where teams become a family. Where tradition and superstition are one and the same. Home is where greatness happens.
Anderson to the end zone, touchdown Army!
CBS Sports Network, the home of Army football.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Coyote. We dig dirt. By the Queso Burger for just $3.99, only for a limited time at Sonic. And by Ram, built to serve.
The annual game ball run here between the two schools with the ROTC units from both institutions. The Wyoming crew ran it to the Colorado border, and after a little ceremony, the CSU ROTC crew ran it the rest of the way. Again, 65 miles or so between these two schools, and right now Colorado State was threatening Malik to run away with this, but Wyoming on the board, and it's a 10-point game.
Wyoming had to stop the bleeding, but they did a great job of being able to counteract the momentum that the CSU offense has been able to gain through the game.
The boot from No into the end zone, and Panunzio will down it for the touchback. Again, the bronze boot trophy tradition started in 1968 using a boot worn in the Vietnam War by Captain Dan Romero, CSU's Army ROTC instructor during that time. And Dan Romero passed away earlier this year, but his imprint, his footprint on this border war rivalry, it's going to live on forever. That trophy again right now residing on the sideline. Normally you'd see the ROTC unit of the team that had it guarding it, but with the COVID restrictions, a little more space there, and we'll see who's got possession of it when all is said and done. Vivens now to the outside, wrapped up defensively by Gandy. And Vivens backing up McElroy, and it's interesting, they were wondering who can we get. Again, some guys sitting out with the COVID protocols at various points. They needed a backup running back, and Vivens became the guy. And it's funny, he actually backed up McElroy this season in high school over at the Mullins in Denver, as O'Brien goes to the outside, complete to Nate Craig Myers. Picks up another catch on the season at 4 last week against Fresno State. How do you like the look and makeup here of O'Brien Malik? He looks really comfortable and in rhythm so far.
O'Brien looks like he's picking up well from last season, just dinking and dunking, making the easy completions, but in the red zone is where it's going to count. He's going to have to execute down there.
And came into the fourth quarter against Fresno State with 7 of 10 for 82 yards and a touchdown. He's 7 of 9 so far in this game and moves. Again, kind of known as a pocket passer, but he runs better than you think. And you see him signal that he moved the chains.
Like you said, he's not known as a runner, but when he gets out, he can make plays, and his deceptive speed that's catching Wyoming on their toes. I don't think they expect this guy to take off more than 5 yards, but when he does, I think they're giving him too much benefit of doubt, overplaying, and like that, he's making it look easy. He looked like Ty Centeio out there.
9 yards and the first half. And the rifle here to the outside to Trey McBride. 8 catches, career-high 130 yards for him last week at a touchdown against Fresno State. First team All Mountain West, and he is a tough cover.
As you can tell, you can put Trey McBride outside one-on-one. You can put him in line with the offensive line. He's going to get the job done regardless. As you can tell, he's running crisp routes against a defensive back and still getting the completions. That's how special of a player he is and how big he is for the CSU offense.
Third grab of the season. Saw his brother Toby make some impact plays earlier on the defensive line for CSU. O'Brien under pressure. He'll just send that one to the bench area of the Cowboys. It'll be 2nd and 10. Victor Jones coming in to apply some heat to O'Brien. There you see what this tight end can do. He is a unique weapon.
He's unique in every aspect, and they don't even put the way he blocks on here. The way he blocks is really the most impressive thing ever because he can make the inline blocks just like a tackle or an extra offensive lineman. That's key for this running game to even be more effective down the line.
Steve Adazio says succinctly he's a next-level tight end. Flanker screen to right, and you see the speedster devastating Wyoming's D again. Another big gainer. Braden Smith finally tracking him down, but a 22-yard pickup for Wright.
They might have to keep going to this play, throwing it out when the box is too loaded. Wyoming likes to play in the box to stop the run. You're getting soft coverage on the outside, and they're taking advantage with a speedster and Dante Wright.
5 catches, 98 yards already for Wright. They try to get him going on the run game, and a flag down that may be a face mask. Or a horse collar, we'll see, as you saw Wright adjusting his pads. Now the pads were already kind of out of sync from the previous play. It looked like it may be the face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 6. At the distance to the goal from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Keontae Glinton called for the infraction.
It just shows you what speed can do. When you're running that fast, you're going to have guys on defense trying to bring you down any way they can. And when you got a guy like Dante Wright at his stature, you got guys that are reaching. They might grab a helmet, a jersey, a knee pad, whatever it takes to bring him down. And this time it was the face mask, and it cost the Wyoming defense even more.
Personal foul penalty sets up Colorado State inside the 15. Single setback is McElroy. He'll get the give, lost the football, but hops back on. Muma tried to alertly scoop it up. In a handful.
Substitution infraction. Defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Boy, it's been a busy night so far for referee Stephen Barrett.
We got, it's way more than 11 guys on the defense. Let's just put it like, sum it up. But the thing about this is they were trying to match personnel. CSU came out with all heavy guys. Wyoming had to match it quick, bringing all their heavy guys on, and wasn't fast enough and got the penalty.
4th penalty against the Cowboys. 8th play of this drive for CSU. And again, the run defense stout for Colorado State near the goal line. See Jones coming in early with some pressure. Muma finally with the bring down.
I would love to see a lot more of creativity in this red zone. You got an experienced guy with Patrick O'Brien. I want to see some back line, some goal line throws. Challenge this Wyoming defense that's purely just going to blitz you and play man on the backside. You got Dante Wright, the speedster. I'm sure you can find something to get him the ball in this distance.
Some uncharacteristic penalties for this normally disciplined Wyoming defense. O'Brien to McBride to the goal line. They haven't ruled it yet. Marking him down inside the 1. McBride trying to win the battle towards the pylon and couldn't quite get there.
See, I like those kind of plays. You move side to side if you can't go vertical, and they got the edge and was able to turn the corner. And who you guess? Trey McBride once again.
On a second look, did he get there? Let's see.
The ruling on the field is that the runner is out of bounds. The previous play is under further review.
So the replay booth will take a peek here. Claire Gosman handling replay duties tonight. And the knee down there, that looks pretty clear.
See, great effort by Trey being able to, you got 2 guys tackling you. You're still reaching for the pylon. He's putting everything on the line. I wouldn't be surprised to come back and throw it to him again just to give him the credit for the hard work he's putting in on this drive.
Ball never got to the pylon, but the head did. As McBride stretching out. Boy, CSU fans are so pleased to have him back as the officials go through the process of the review. There was a point, Malik, this year where when the season for the Mountain West looked like it wasn't going to happen when it had been canceled, McBride put his name into the transfer portal, but when things started to come back, he said, ultimately, I didn't want to leave my brother Toby back for his last year of football. His family, his teammates, his home state wanted to stay here. But again, a guy who's got next level aspirations, he wanted to play somewhere to keep that level up with his dreams of getting to the NFL.
I think he realized once, especially after the year ended, that he knew he was a next level talent regardless of where he went. And being a Colorado kid himself, he decided staying was the best option for him to be around family and these great fans. And he's going to finish the season right. I mean, they're featuring him a lot in the offense, and what's better than that? Getting the ball a lot in the offense, no matter where you are, is what you want as a player.
So the review booth has done its job. Let's hear about the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Third down.
So it will be 3rd and goal here for Colorado State.
It secretly gave them a breather. Hopefully they can come out and execute with full energy to push this ball in the end zone. They've had a lot of field goals, a lot of 3-point opportunities, but this is where you make your stamp. You can put the nail in the coffin early with a touchdown right here.
Check it. It is a first down on that play that didn't quite get to the end zone for McBride on 3rd down. So 1st and goal here for Colorado State. O'Brien lunging forward with that 6'5" frame and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Very impressive by a Colorado State team, putting up close to 24 points in the first half. A big jump from last week, and as you can tell, the quarterback is making all the difference. Patrick O'Brien here on the quarterback sneak for a touchdown, but also just throughout the game making the easy plays with Dante Wright being in the lineup, as well as continuing drives down the field to be successful.
Liss on and drills another point after. 24-7 Colorado State. Patrick O'Brien threw for 13 touchdowns last year, ran for a couple, gets his first on the ground of this season as the Rams extend the lead.
We made USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
When it comes to the home gating, you gotta have certain essentials. As long as I got my family, friends, Tostitos, my famous nachos, we're good. And don't forget to put a little bend in your knees. Right now, we're just finding happiness in the small things. Just being with the fellas, watching the game, I think it's a very special moment. We don't get to play, but we get to watch it.
I agree. I'm okay with you being the nacho guy the rest of the season.
Tostitos, get to the good stuff.
I don't even think I can make this at home for $3.99.
No, you have to buy the meat, you have to buy the queso, you have to buy the bread, you have to buy the cheese, you gotta buy the grill, you gotta buy everything.
Queso burger.
Ooh.
I chose the nighttime aligners because it's so easy. The fact that it's only at night while I'm sleeping is perfect. Before you go to bed, pop them in.
Not have to deal with it during the day.
I mean, look at them already.
Hello.
Thank you, Smile Direct Club.
Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
DiGiorno has 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Rising Crust is fresh baked deliciousness. Stuffed crust is literally mouth-watering. There's a 5-star pizza for everyone in your family to love. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
When fire and water threaten your business, hand the cleanup over to the team that stays with you every step of the way in your journey back. 1-800-SERVPRO and ServPro.com like it never even happened.
A look at our quarterback comparison brought to you by Sonic. If you just look at raw numbers, not too bad, but the interception, the fumble loss for Levi Williams, two huge difference makers so far.
Levi definitely had a slow start, having a lot of looks that looked like they confused him a little bit. They started slow, they picked it up last drive, but you can tell from just those stats alone the difference between a veteran and a guy that's still working his way to the top.
Patrick O'Brien, superb to this point, 10 of 13, 153 in the air. And the touchdown to McBride earlier, one for him on the leg, on the ground in that last drive. Jonathan Terry with the kickoff duties. Crow deep to return again. They let this go into the end zone for the touchback. And the Cowboys with 5:38 left to go here before halftime try to put together another successful drive as the lead here is 17 once again for CSU. Again, last week for Craig Bowl against Hawaii, kind of a game that plays all the strengths of the Cowboys. They get the lead, use that running game, and continue to wear down the opponent like they did the Rainbow Warriors a week ago.
This is a little different challenge. They can't just beat up on people going down the field having long drives. They're going to have to find ways to score, and I'm thinking that's going to come from Levi and Isaiah Neal.
Get to the outside and smelled out quickly. Bam Amina from Waianae, Hawaii, leading the charge with Jackson there to clean it up.
Daquan Jackson told us this week that he's been studying the game plan specifically for Valladay and that offensive line because this is his type of game. He wants to come downhill, shed blocks, and make tackles in the backfield. That's his expertise, and he's showing it today with the tackle behind the line against Valladay.
Fifth tackle for loss so far for CSU. Jackson preseason all Mountain West pick. At a team high 10 tackles last week against Fresno State. Williams. Time of the pocket and rifles a strike complete to Crow. The return man can get involved in the pass game. And a nifty pickup, 17 yards to the first.
Levi Williams doing a great job of high-lowing the corner, the number 4 outside defender, and keeping his eyes flat so the defender can step up and he throw the corner right behind him. Great job and in rhythm by Levi. He didn't take a shot. So hopefully if he can stay on his feet, he can complete more passes down the field and move his offense.
100 yards in the air now for Williams. He was 9 of 18 against Hawaii for 112, added 29 on the ground. But again, the thrust of that game was this for the Cowboys, the run game, although more successful than that. A sea of green and gold there for Colorado State. Hubbard, front and center in that push up front. Chuck Heater really liked his defensive line when we talked with him yesterday. Again, this group including Hickerson, Rooks, Patchen, transfer defensive ends, McBride, Jones, Hubbard, among the guys really doing damage on that line.
You got the transfer defensive ends. They're playing hungry. They're playing like they have something to prove, and stopping the run is one of those things tonight. They're coming through.
Little play action look for Williams, stepping up, feeling pressure again. Deep ball! Eberhardt, what a grab, rolling down to about the 1 yard line. Aiden Eberhardt, the senior from Loveland, Colorado, in this border war, stretching and getting it done.
Oh my goodness, what a catch and throw by Levi Williams. Look at the shot he's taking, throwing it like Josh, looking like Josh Allen, being able to push the ball down the field. And this is a tough catch. You're talking about a post route that he has to turn vertical to catch over the shoulder. That's something that is hard to do as a receiver. And then to stay on his feet. The Colorado State defense didn't even think he would be able to do that, and he almost got the touchdown right there. Great play by the offense.
58 yards to set up the Cowboys, first and goal. Looking to punish it and punch it in on the ground is Wyoming. That's Valladay right into the teeth of the CSU D. Well, you talked to Brent Vegan, Craig Bowl about the Wyoming offense. They said, look, we're going to need to throw the ball better than we did against Hawaii. We're going to need it in this game against Colorado State, and they're starting to have success, especially on some of those deep throws. The one to Nayor earlier, and now the latest to Eberhardt. Valladay, second effort. He'll dance in. Touchdown, Wyoming.
What a way to answer and respond after a great job by the Colorado State offense. And this is what you want to see. In order for the Wyoming offense to make plays, they're going to have to push the ball down the field with Levi. He's been making great plays under pressure, and then the top off the drive with Valladay punching it in. He's been a little frustrated getting caught behind the line, but this is a good opportunity for him to finish and keep him in the game. They're still here.
Third score in the ground this year for Valladay. Hoyland with the extra point. And Wyoming responds. The latest score from Colorado State. Aiden Eberhardt stretching for all he's worth to haul it in to put the Cowboys in position. And then Valladay does the rest, and the Cowboys have another score.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Dear Max, dear Abigail, Harper, and Hudson, I know I'm not supposed to choose favorites, but you're my number one. Sent you a little something special. Happy holidays. Love, Grandma.
Harper, Hudson, let's open your presents from Grandma.
Come here, Max. Here you go.
Abigail.
Guys, say cheese. Come on.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Did you get the gift we sent you, Mom?
We did. We loved it.
I should do this every year.
Give the perfect gifts this holiday from Chewy.
I wonder who thought of the idea to come up with Oreo in an espresso shake, to mix espresso and a shake.
And the ice cream.
You sprinkle some Oreo on top of that, just really gives it that razzmatazz.
Espresso shake. That's good razzmatazz.
Good razzmatazz.
It's great.
DiGiorno has 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Rising Crust is fresh baked deliciousness. Stuffed crust is literally mouth-watering. There's a 5-star pizza for everyone in your family to love. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Why pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Don't worry, Julie. Coughing's not new. This woman coughs, and that guy does too. People cough in the country, at sea, and downtown. But don't worry, Julie. Robitussin shuts coughs down.
Coming up, the halftime report powered by Ram Trucks. We'll take a look around the world of college football. Xavier Valladay putting his stamp on it right now for Wyoming. As we look at, take a peek here at the AP poll presented by Ram Trucks. Clemson, Notre Dame 1 versus 4, and Georgia versus Florida 5 versus 8. The highlight matchups this weekend. Malik.
Oh yeah, got Notre Dame, big matchup against Clemson. I'm personally excited to see that game. This is a game that can really push us into solidifying us for a playoff spot. But, you know, Clemson without Trevor Lawrence is going to be interesting to see how they do with DJ Uiagalelei playing in place of him.
Yeah, we'll see how it shakes out for that young freshman. Helped lead that comeback against Boston College to get the Tigers out of jail. Another touchback here. Dante Wright, again, had to sit out and watch last week due to COVID testing protocols and contact tracing. Boy, he's come back in and made contact with the football. They're trying to get it to him a lot, and they should.
Back like he's never left. Dante Wright came in, and he came in with a mission. As you can tell, any recruit out there, go to a school where you're going to be featured. He's a freshman All-American last year, and as you can tell, missing 2 games coming back, he's getting the ball right where he left off. 5 receptions, 98 yards, and this is only the first half. Just imagine what he's going to build on moving forward.
57 grabs, over 800 yards last year, and that was with Warren Jackson alongside. 77 grabs for him, for the guy that's now prepping for the NFL. So Wright certainly expects to get more.
Start. Offense, number 53, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Elijah Johnson. And they'll move it back against Steve Adazio's team. 2:33 left to go here in the half.
I really want to see Wyoming's defense step up and make a play. Colorado State has been doing whatever they want to do to get down the field. It'll change the game a lot if this defense can really make a play and get these guys off the field.
O'Brien to the outside. Complete to E.J. Scott. Gets thrust into the bench area for Wyoming, and that's going to draw a flag. Azizi Hearn tried to make a play, but pushed him out of bounds. And that's going to cost the Cowboys 15 more.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Defense number 20, 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
This goes back to the identity of the Cowboys defense. They're going to be aggressive and they're going to gang tackle. That's one thing that they're known for. They pop on film when you cut it on just a little too aggressive.
Please reset the game clock to 2:28, 2:28.
Some costly mistakes here for Craig Bowl in the penalty category and his team, especially on the defensive end, and that will not make him happy. Rams already near midfield. O'Brien will tuck it and run again. Roaming forward, gets near the midfield, and Chad Muma with his 9th tackle of the first half.
Chad Muma is all over the field. That's what you want to see from your linebacking core. I'm telling you, these two guys, Chad Muma and Charles Hicks, are the best that they have on the defense, and they're going to set the tone if they want any chance of coming back in this game.
The run for Vivens, you saw the flag come in from the corner of the screen.
Holding, offense, number 85, 10-yard penalty, second down.
And now some self-inflicted damage for the Rams, courtesy of a hold from Trey McBride.
Trey McBride holding on a little too long. That's definitely going to get called anytime you have a guy fall down while your hands are extended, but it just shows just how physical Trey is. Even if he's got a one-on-one, he's going to make sure he finishes the play every time.
Yeah, he had 2 scoops of the jersey of his opposite number, Cameron Smith of Wyoming. O'Brien trying to get it to the flat, looking for McElroy, who can't hang on, and that may be a good thing because Braden Smith was lurking.
Running backs aren't always known to have the best of hands, and sometimes you have to think as a quarterback, you have to give it to him like a long handoff. Even though that was a great pass for running backs, it has to be even more precise if you want any chance. But like you said, it wasn't great that he dropped it, because now you get a third situation a lot closer than you would be if you caught that.
3rd and 13. You see 3 of 6 tonight for the Rams. They were just 4 of 15 against Fresno State in the opener on 3rd downs. O'Brien firing. It's low, trying to find Nate Craig Myers. And the Rams will be forced to boot it away.
Great stop by this defense, getting the CSU offense off the field so it gets a chance to catch up and close that gap by the Wyoming offense that's catching some heat right now. I mean, they've hit some big explosive plays. They only had 4 big explosive pass plays last week, 10 in the run game last week, but now if they want any chance of doing better, they're going to need a little bit more of that if they want to close this gap.
Saw Craig Myers getting some attention, the redshirt senior from Dade City, Florida, Auburn transfer. Trying to make that catch. Well, they were coming on that punt, but Stonehouse gets it away. Return opportunity for Eberhardt. Cutting it back and finally cut down. Stonehouse, NCAA all-time leader, career average about 47 yards per punt, 52 on that beauty to make it challenging for Williams and company to get points here with 95 seconds left to go before the half. That is a weapon for Colorado State.
Being able to pin guys in deep field position and flip the field like Colorado State's been able to do, it's going to be hard to have long drives consistently of 10 plays, 8 plays, 9 plays, trying to get touchdowns. So for the Colorado State defense, this is good, having guys backed up. And now you can bring the pressure a little bit more on Levi to potentially create another turnover.
Williams catching with pressure and a low throw to Valadez. And this defensive front for CSU doing some good things. Greg Bowles' group Again, they won last week against Hawaii. In the opener against Nevada, they fell behind, but they scored 22 points late third quarter on to force overtime. They drove from the 1-yard line with about 90 seconds left to set up the game-tying field goal to force overtime before ultimately losing to the Wolfpack in the extra time. But here, they've got about the same amount of time to try to get in field goal range before halftime here, and Valladay with a big hole to the outside. Pushes another man away before finally getting run out of bounds by Logan Stewart. Another strong dash, 26 yards for Valladay.
Did a great job of catching CSU in a drop 8 coverage, meaning they're playing pass. They ran something right underneath them, and you got Valladay, who's explosive. He has that breakaway speed to hit the second and third level to turn a 10-yard gain into a 30-yard gain. And let's see if they can finish his drive with some points now.
10 of his rushes the first 2 weeks were for 10 yards or more. That's another one tonight. Now working his way forward. Over 60 yards on the ground so far in this game.
Offense, number 75, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Remember, they had him penned in. He was only averaging about a yard, 1.2 yards early on, but a couple of big gainers starting to loosen things up in this run game for Wyoming.
The great thing about Valladay is that he gets better as the game goes on. I know he's not huge in stature, and he may look smaller on TV, but at 6 foot, 215, you know he's going to be able to withstand those hits as the game goes on and make plays. I mean, right now he's turning up the heat. Let's see if Valladay and Levi can figure something out to finish his drive.
Trey Smith in for Valladay on this play. He'll come out as an option out of the backfield of the pass game. Down the middle, it's complete. Eberhardt with another acrobatic grab. But will it stand up? There's a flag in the backfield.
Just another shot. Levi has not been comfortable all day. He's been harassed.
Holding, offense, number 65, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Levi Williams has been harassed all day. But the good thing is he's standing in the pocket at 6'5", still completing these pass plays. So hopefully when they come out second half, they can solidify that protection and allow Levi to push the ball down the field because he's been pretty accurate.
You saw Cowboy player, I believe that's Eberhardt, again getting helped off after making that challenging grab stretched out and getting assistance. Williams looking to go to the sideline. And again, Eberhardt again laying out his body. We saw the big catch down the middle deep before, and now look at that awkward landing spot. Ouch.
He's giving me Wes Welker vibes, putting his body in danger to make the tough grabs, and you can tell the concentration to be able to be elevated off the ground, face the defender, and still hold on to it. I mean, that's a special play right there.
Tywan Francis had the hit as Eberhardt was trying to come down. Valladay looking to work his magic, but not much to it. Cameron there, along with Amina, and a timeout taken.
Colorado State
will spend one, hoping to get the football back.
This is the new iPhone 12 Pro with 5G, and it's on AT&T, the fastest nationwide 5G network.
Now new and existing customers can get our best deal.
Really? Mom, AT&T has the deal for new and existing customers. I will.
So what'd she say?
It's the wrong person. It's a guy named Carl, but he's very excited and on his way.
Word of mouth advertising. It's what they did before commercials.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets our best deal, like the amazing iPhone 12 on us.
Levi Williams pressed into duty late last season. Led this squad to some success, including the win in the Arizona Bowl against Summit Inn when Sean Chambers went down, third play of the season. Led the team to overtime, ultimately a loss against Nevada, to the win last week against Hawaii, and tried to salvage another score here before halftime against Colorado State. And Valladay jawing with the Rams on their sideline as he got the running call on third and a
Colorado
bunch.
State has called their second charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Run out of bounds by Francis. DeQuan Jackson omnipresent as usual. Colorado State will spend another timeout as Wyoming will punt it away. We'll see what the Rams can do here with less than a minute left, assuming they get the ball back.
The one thing coaches hate during a 2-minute drive is a couple things. One thing is sacks, another thing is penalties. It's killed Wyoming with the penalties, putting them behind, and then it's given more time for CSU to call these timeouts to potentially get the football again and make some more plays happen before the half. So Wyoming is killing themselves with the penalties, but let's see if CSU can respond with some points before half.
No will try to alleviate the pressure for Wyoming, and he gets drilled, so the Cowboys going to get the football back. As you had the interference against the punter, it's going to negate a nice little return down the sideline for Wright, but this will all come back as Null got leveled.
Running into the kicker, defense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
No got the boot away and then got rocked.
That's just the type of energy you're going to get from a rivalry game. Every play, somebody's going to try to make a little bit too aggressive here, and especially if he wasn't even close and is giving up five-yard penalty. But these are the things that you see in some rivalry games when there's a lot of emotion. You're going to see a lot of ticky-tack penalties, and it's been affecting both teams in this game tonight.
So E.J. Scott running into the kicker and flying into the screen. That'll give Williams and the Cowboy attack some thoughts maybe, but it's not enough to make it a manageable spot here. 4th and 7, 15 yards, so they'll still be forced to boot it away. Wondered if they would think about it, but not enough yardage here, so Wyoming will still be forced to re-kick. It did take some time off the clock, so less to work with for CSU. Wright spinning through and dropped at about the 35-yard line. 51-yard punt that time. 12 on the return for Wright. And see 32 seconds now here for CSU.
Let's see if CSU tries to take a shot first play, but if not, I would feel pretty comfortable with taking this into the half. They played great in the first half on defense and offense, putting together some drives and having Patrick O'Brien look very comfortable. He looks like a vet. He's making this look easy. Back when I used to play, we called it drill work. He's making this look just like drill work, completing the passes he needs to, and helping his offense win.
Rams need about 30 yards or so to get into the projected range for Robert Liss. Told good from about 52 yards, so thinking they'd need to get to the 35-yard line or so. And good from 29, missed from 45 earlier for the freshman kicker for the Rams. But instead, Colorado State just going to let this run down and walk off in front with the advantage, 24-14. And when they go into the locker room by 10 or more in the border war, good things happen. They haven't blown a double-digit lead in this rivalry game since 1965. 8-0 when they head in up by 10 or more. That's the advantage right now. 24-14, Colorado State ahead of Wyoming. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico.
NFL Monday QB. As the calendar turns to November, the league reaches the halfway point in the season, and our crew breaks down which signal callers are gearing up for a playoff push. We go under center on the only NFL show all about quarterbacks. Monday on CBS Sports Network.
Hi, can I get 1 espresso shake and 1 Oreo espresso shake? Is it espresso? Espresso.
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 Espresso shake.
No,
espresso or espresso?
It's espresso.
It's time for Sleep Number's Veterans Day sale on the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. You can adjust your comfort on both sides, your Sleep Number setting.
Can it help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable.
Will it help me keep up with Mom?
You got this.
So you can really promise better sleep.
Not promise, prove. And now during our Veterans Day sale, save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition smart bed. Now $17.99. Only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Watching the Champions League has never been more exciting. Keep up with every match live and never miss a goal again. The Galazzo Show on CBS Sports Network and CBS All Access.
You won't see these folks at the post office. They have businesses to grow, customers to care for, lives to get home to. They use Stamps.com. Print discounted postage for any letter, any package, anytime, right from your computer. Get the services of the post office, plus UPS at up to 62% off. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial, plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/save and never go to the post office again.
This is Kate.
Hey.
She takes 2 prescriptions. Kate's son Jack takes one too. Kate works hard and thought she had good insurance. But she still pays too much. That's no good. So Kate downloaded the GoodRx app. Now she can compare prescription prices to find the best discounts. She even beats her insurance price. Good for you, Kate. Good for you. GoodRx. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Round 4 was door-to-door action.
Wow, Neymar really backs it in. Now they're all stacked up. Now trouble as Hager pushes up. 94 is there, banging wheels.
This is good, hard racing in short course off-road. Look at these guys battling in the back once again. And Maddox gets the short end of the stick right there.
The battle continues in Wheatland, here at the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series. This Sunday on CBS Sports Network.
You are watching the CBS Sports Network Halftime Report, powered by Ram Trucks.
All right, welcome to the Ram Halftime Report. Adam Zucker here with Brian Jones and Rick Neuheisel at the half of Wyoming and Colorado State. Looking ahead to the biggest games of the weekend, and I think we found one. Dabo Swinney looking to make it 3-0 against Notre Dame in his career as 2 Titanic streaks collide. Clemson hasn't lost a regular season game since October of 17, and Notre Dame's home winning streak stretches back a month longer, so something's got to give as the Irish look to stake their claim as the nation's best against a Tiger squad, playing without Trevor Lawrence, of course. Clemson's streak looked like it might actually end this past weekend, down 18 in the first half with BC after that botched exchange between DJ Uiagalelei and Travis Etienne. But not only did big old Cinco settle down, he helped Etienne set a career high in receiving yards, and Etienne also became the ACC's all-time leading rusher on Saturday. Irish fans, they still want revenge for that 30-3 loss in the CFP semis a couple years ago, and to show they can beat the elite. They bring the best scoring defense among Power 5 teams that have played multiple games. They got Ian Book's magic, but they need a big, heavy dose of this guy. A nice big push from Kyron Williams, who's averaging exactly 100 yards a game. This could be a great one at night in South Bend. Rick, what do you think?
I'm going to go Clemson. I think the freshman quarterback showed that he's capable of the big stage. He certainly gained all kinds of confidence from the BC win. And they have big play receiver. 125 catches sprinkled amongst their receiving core. Only 44 catches by the wide receiver position for Notre Dame. I don't think they can do this over 10 play drives all day long.
So many explosive players over there for Clemson. We just have to learn the new names. How about Cornell Howe steps up on the scene last week with 11 catches. Of course, you mentioned the quarterback. That's my DJ. I'm just going to leave it right there. He fared well in his debut. And Etienne, an all-purpose wonder. And on the other side, you got Notre Dame. I just don't think they have enough playmakers to threaten this Clemson defense.
Yeah, and Clemson's defense is only getting better, too, as they've also had some guys who have had to work back from COVID, too. All right, moving on to the SEC on CBS, showdown between Florida and Georgia. This one is strength on strength, but if the Gators also bring that defense and fighting spirit we saw against Missouri, we could see a new team atop the East this season. The calling card for the Gators has been the Kyle to Kyle and Kadarius connection. Kyle Trask, he's thrown 18 touchdowns, 8 to Kyle Pitts, 7 to Kadarius Toney. But the defense that had looked porous against Ole Miss and cost them against A&M, where they also had a costly turnover, did not allow a point through the first 3 quarters this past weekend against Mizzou. The Dogs begin with D, suffocated Kentucky, and allowing just a field goal in the whole game. But the offense will likely need to score more than the 14 they did on Saturday. Yeah, Zamir White, $136 on the ground, but Stetson Bennett, it's 5 interceptions now the last 2 games, BJ, and it doesn't seem like Kirby Smart's making a change.
Well, listen, we've raved about all the pieces they have on the defensive side of the ball for Georgia. And while they're going to miss some guys and some significant players, and we hope they get well soon, I think they're going to be all right. But I'm not sure they have enough to cover everybody that Florida has to offer. Kadarius Toney goes off last week. Of course, Pitts has been doing his thing all season long. And conversely, that defense for the Gators, they stepped up. Where's that been? And they hope it shows up this week. I'm going with the Gators.
Listen, I think Florida's offense is so talented, with Trask having 18 touchdown passes after just 4 games, that you got to score to beat them. And Georgia can't score. 14 points just last week, shut out in the second half against Alabama. It's a worrisome situation for Kirby Smart, and I don't think he has an answer. I'm on the Gators.
It seems like a question they've been trying to answer for even going back to last year.
There's a kid by the name of Fields that probably shouldn't have got out the door.
Yeah, it's like the F word in Athens these days right there. Okay, and here in the Mountain West neck of the woods, 2 ranked powers who have never been in the same conference at the same time, but they are rivals, meeting on Friday night to steal some of the Pac-12 debut noise as BYU heads to the blue of Boise. The Cougars are now into the top 10 for the first time since 2009. And with Zach Wilson's 19 by air, 7 by land, they've scored at least 40 points in 6 of their 7 games thus far. The boys from Boise say, bring all those points up here over the border. Because as you saw here on CBS Sports Network last week, the Broncos topped their 42 over Utah State by putting 49 on Air Force, even without Hank Bachmeier. USC transfer Jack Sears had as many touchdowns as incompletions, just 3. And yeah, Air Force, they ran all over the place, but over 400 on the ground. Maybe that'll get you concerned for that Boise State defense, BJ. But who are you taking here?
So you say it doesn't matter who plays quarterback at Boise, they're going to win, right? Because they have a ton of talent there on the offensive side of the ball. I'm going to go with BYU. I love the physicality of this team. And you mentioned all the yards, Air Force, although it's a different scheme and concept, the amount of yards they were able to amass, over 400. And I think BYU coming in just under 200 yards a game can make some hay there in that department.
I love BYU. I love Kalani Sitake. Zach Wilson is as Russell Wilson-esque as any quarterback in college football. But I think Boise's going to have a speed advantage. And I think Jack Sears coming to the rescue last week, 17 of 20, gives me a lot of confidence they'll be able to employ their speed. I'm on the Broncos on the blue.
On the blue. First time BYU, first time a top 10 opponent actually has ever visited Boise State.
They're 0-5 up there as well.
Oh, see, that's the information you came here for. More to come from New York as we turn our eyes back to last week's action in the Mountain Minute. In a minute.
When did we stop thinking up new questions and daring to chase down their answers? The world needs more wonder, more outside thinkers hungry for a challenge. The world needs more cowboys. And it's not what you are that makes you a cowboy or cowgirl, but who you are. It's a shared spirit, the kind that emboldens those who possess it to stand on the perimeter and howl into the unknown with unbendable optimism. The world needs more cowboys.
With 12 institutions nestled in the nation's most desirable destinations, you'll see us enjoying life at the peak of celebration. As you witness us not only win, but win the right way, you'll find us competing at the peak of integrity. As our more than 5,000 student athletes take the field of play with unequaled passion, you'll find us performing at the peak of competition. The Mountain West is at the peak.
Sometimes the smallest gestures can be the most refreshing. Give extra, get extra.
DiGiorno has 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Rising Crust is fresh baked deliciousness. Stuffed Crust is literally mouth-watering. There's a 5-star pizza for everyone in your family to love. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Just gonna wail my axe and that face melting. Wow. Then I'm gonna come in with that.
You know what'll really razzle-dazzle him? A tuba.
Don't let a third wheel cramp your style because of a less than perfect driving record. With the General, monthly payments are low.
Mom.
And you get immediate proof of insurance.
Pick you up at 11?
Thanks, Miss Johnson.
Thanks, Mom.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
Apartments.com makes getting into a new home easier than ever.
How hot do you think it is?
$1 million.
If only we had AC. I'm so happy.
Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
When fire and water threaten your business, hand the cleanup over to the team that stays with you every step of the way in your journey back. 1-800-SERVPRO and ServPro.com, like it never even happened.
Patty,
100%.
Patty, Patty. The flavor, the way they cook it, the way they season it, the way that it's made. Queso burger.
Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived.
All right, welcome back to the Ram Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at Week 2 of the 2020 Mountain West season in this week's Mountain Minute.
Williams across the 30, across the 35, and Williams crosses the 50. Avery Williams does it again. Touchdown, Boise State.
On the ground, bouncing outside, first down. This is Chance Bell, and he scores.
Starkle down the middle of the field. Bailey Gaylor wide open at the 20. Makes the catch. Touchdown, San Jose State.
Mortar taking a shot. Made falls. Got it. What a grab.
And what a week it was. We've got more Mountain West action coming your way tomorrow night. A pair of 2-0 teams squaring off as surprising San Jose State travels to San Diego State. That's it for us in New York. We'll get you back out to Wyoming and Colorado State after this.
This has been the CBS Sports Network Halftime Report, powered by Ram Trucks.
This is DraftKings, the land of million-dollar opportunity. A place you've only seen in your dreams. Now let's bring it to life. We've been making millionaires all year, and there's more where that came from. Get in on the action and join over 140 players who have already cashed in $1 million. Don't sleep on your shot for 7 figures. Download the app, try it for free, and make it rain.
Real STIHL. Find yours. Our battery-powered 8K Homeowner Series has everything you need to take on your to-do list. Battery power made by STIHL. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Pick up at over 9,000 local STIHL dealers. Find yours at STIHLdealers.com.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks.
Out here, nothing comes easy. That's why you gotta be tough. The truck, it's tough. My crew, definitely tough. But Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Oh, it's a puppy.
At Domino's, you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for just $7.99 each. And with Domino's Carside Delivery, you can conveniently stay in your car while you do it. Just pull up, check in online, and we'll quickly bring your food to you.
Thank you.
So you don't have to get out to get carry out. Like Denny here.
Hey, Hamlin, I like your PJs.
PJs? Huh? Stay in the driver's seat with Domino's Carside Delivery.
Talk. You want to walk?
Come on, Tucker, let's go.
Tuck, tuck. Wanna walk, boy?
Tucker, you wanna go out?
When the whole family needs an excuse to get out, Nutro's Clean Recipe will help your dog keep up.
Apartments.com makes getting into a new home easier than ever. Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
Find your rhythm, your happy place. Find your breaking point. Then break it. Every emergency gives you a potent blend of nutrients, so you can emerge your best with Emergency.
We made USAA insurance for veterans like Martin. When a hailstorm hit, he needed his insurance to get it done right away. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Gorgeous night for football here at Colorado State. Right now, the Rams ahead in the battle for the Bronze Boot. 24-14, the score at halftime. Second half just around the corner here on CBS Sports Network.
Pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV. Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Dear Max, dear Abigail, Harper, and Hudson, I know I'm not supposed to choose favorites, but you're my number one. Sent you a little something special. Happy holidays, love, Grandma.
Harper, Hudson, let's open your presents from Grandma.
Come here, Max.
Here you go. Abigail. Guys, say cheese. Come on.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Did you get the gift we sent you, Mom?
We did. We loved it.
We should do this every year. Give the perfect gifts this holiday from Chewy.
Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived.
What did you do to your hair? We can't make your kids' hair grow back quicker, but we can straighten your smile for less than $3 a day. Go from this to this. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
When you shoot the Zesty Burger Sauce Rapids on this new double cheeseburger papadilla, oh, you're gonna wanna capsize in that Chunderdome of meat, cheese, and pickles. The new double cheeseburger papadilla and the return of double cheeseburger pizza, Papa John's.
When fire and water threaten your business, hand the cleanup over to the team that stays with you every step of the way in your journey back. 1-800-SERVPRO and ServPro.com, like it never even happened.
Together, we continue to sustain our Earth, feed the world, research and advance knowledge, save and improve lives, design for the future, foster leaders in business and beyond, and raise the human spirit. Together, we continue.
We will speak up.
We will have uncomfortable conversations.
We will demand change.
We will not let history repeat itself.
We will be leaders.
We will stand united.
We will do everything we can to educate those around us.
We will fight for equality.
We will create and encourage an inclusive culture where everyone has a voice.
We will.
We will.
We will.
We will.
The border war in the moonlight. And tonight, the spotlight on Colorado State and Wyoming again. The Rams 24-14 lead here at halftime. Jason Knapp, Malik Zaire back with you in Fort Collins. You know, turnovers, penalties are big in any game, but they always seem to be more magnified in a rivalry game, and they have been enormous factors so far tonight.
It's been huge, and you can tell from the first jump of the snap, you can see how Colorado State is getting it off. They're coming with Marshawn. Being able to make those 2 turnovers in the first 2 drives really turned the tide for the game. And for a Wyoming team to be the standard in Mountain West for not having penalties, they've amassed a lot, which has played into the fact that they haven't been as effective on offense like they like. As you can tell, the first 2 drives, you see turnovers from Colorado State. In a rivalry game with no fans, making big plays like that. Trey McBride being able to sneak behind the defense. But the thing you see from both teams is that when they have momentum, that's when you see the big plays and the scoring come out. And like we see Valade doing what he does best, finding the end zone. These are what I'm excited to see for the rest of this half.
Despite digging themselves an early hole, Cowboys with a couple of nice drives to get on the board. But again, the 2 turnovers and the penalties, 7 for 68. Cowboys came in top 5 of the nation through the first 2 games in fewest penalty yards, 26.5 yards per game. They way exceeded their first 2 games in the first 2 quarters of this border war. Wyoming gets the ball to start the second half. Crow on return duty. And it's Brennan helped leading the charge to bring him down at the 25-yard line with a big stick.
This Wyoming team has definitely come out uncharacteristically scoring a lot of penalties that they're not used to, which has kind of thrown them off and made them a little sluggish in the first half. The second half, with Craig Bohl as the head coach, I know he's fired his team up and put them in the right mindset to come out and look efficient like I know they can.
And this Wyoming team won its 9th straight game overall going back to last year at home last week, but strangely they've lost 6 straight on the road. 5 of the 6 have been by 5 points or less. They trail by 10 as we start the second half here. The reception complete from Williams to Crow. Roaming out of bounds. Rashad Ajayi, junior from Atlanta, pushed him out. 6-yard pickup on first down for Williams. And he settled in nicely. 9 of 15, 161 yards in the air. And a couple of deep balls to help loosen things up for this Cowboy attack. Williams on the keeper. Legs it to the outside. Craig Bohl will tell you he's a sturdy guy. They've got design runs for him and looking good there to get first down yardage with another 6-yard pickup.
A guy standing at 6'4", 240 plus. Anytime he's in the open space and running the football, you have a good chance of him falling forward for extra yards, especially when you're running against DBs of a smaller stature. And that's complementing the game that Levi Williams is bringing with the pass game. So he's going to be influential in the run just like Xavier Valladay is.
From the 37, Valladay cuts back and cut down by Jackson. A strong running for Valladay. And whistle here, player down for CSU. And now popping back up right about the 40-yard line, now taking a knee again. And that looks to be Brennan. Remember, held his left shoulder earlier the game, came back in and has made an impact, but again kind of leaning that way as he walks off with the training staff again now and kind of holding that arm. It's just dangling there, ginger.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. He left the game with a shoulder, and now he's leaving the game once again, probably with the same shoulder. But it just shows you the toughness that Coach Adazio is really harping on. He wants these players to be tough, physical, and aggressive. And players like that, I mean, he's putting his life on the line, his body on the line to help his defense win.
Henry Blackburn, true freshman from Boulder, Colorado, got a lot of playing time last week. And coming in to spell Brennan again. Williams with time, complete to Trayor. Nayor to the outside, finally wrestled out of bounds by Cameron. But this big play guy, again, 3 catches, 102 yards, including a 45-yarder in the opener. And again, this is another strong gainer.
I love the design of this play. They gave a run look to the CSU defense, and they responded accordingly. They dropped the extra guy in the box. They had a safety trigger in the run.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 5, 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. It will be first down, Wyoming.
Well, now Colorado State comes through with an untimely penalty to add yardage here to Colorado. Or excuse me, that's on Wyoming. That's on Nayor after the play. You saw Craig Bohl go berserk. Again, that's on spinning the ball afterwards, the unsportsmanlike conduct. You saw Stewart come in with the hit push late, and that erases a lot of that great gain for the Cowboys. Smith now gets the call. Craig Bohl's got to be hot. And again, he's had his mask on, but he may have lowered it there to kind of lower the boom on his guy. Again, the cameras caught him last week. There was another unsportsmanlike penalty against his defense late in the game that was already decided, and he laid into his defensive backs. We asked him about it this week, and he said, look, those are the type of things we do not accept.
Coach Bohl does not like putting yourself above the team, and that's a selfish decision made by New York, and they paid for it. 15 yards is not what you want, especially when you have things like this where you're having momentum taken back with sacks when you could have been a lot closer to the end zone.
Now Colorado State pushing them back a little bit further. Muhammad Kamara in there, along with Toby McBride picking up the sack.
The thing you're seeing a lot is penetration by this smaller defensive line, being able to get underneath these big offensive linemen that Wyoming has, making Levi Williams very uncomfortable in the pocket. He's not finding a very good base in the pocket to be able to set up because he's being chased around by guys that are getting off blocks and making plays. 4
sacks for Colorado State's defense last week against Fresno State. Their second of tonight. Second and long. Williams will go down again as a flag comes in. You see Patchen and Jones. And looks like it may be a hold, which will be declined.
Holding offense number 58. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
So the Cowboys were in business in the red zone, and suddenly they're thrust all the way back to the 38-yard line, potentially out of field goal range unless they can pick something up here.
And this is why Coach Ball gets so infuriated with unsportsmanlike penalties, because it, as you can see, it's a drive killer. It's pushed these guys all the way back to 3rd and forever against a team who's been playing great on defense, but now they're going to drop 8 and let Levi hit something underneath.
Williams on the move again to the outside and incomplete, wide of his intended target. There in Alex Brown, the redshirt freshman from Spring, Texas. Cameron tracking him all the way.
A very frustrating end to a drive where they came out and everything that they said at halftime with the plays that they were going to call, they came out and executed very well. But as you can tell, this is a rivalry game that is going to be very physical, and you're going to see penalties fly a lot more than what we're used to. And as you can tell, it's very affecting all the players on this field at the time. So Wyoming's got to clean that up if they want a chance to make this game the game that it's supposed to be.
Cowboys streaking down the field for points, now forced to punt it, and a bad snap and hit one of the up men. Colorado State swarming it, and they recover at midfield.
This is not Wyoming's day. Killing drives with penalties and then making crucial mistakes in special teams. This is not how you get back into a football game. This is not how you want to start a second half.
See the split there in that 3-man set, and it grazed one of the up men. No, trying to latch onto it, but finally Cameron Carter has it, and the Rams back in business near midfield.
Time for Sleep Number's Veterans Day sale on the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. You can adjust your comfort on both sides, your sleep number setting.
Can it help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable.
Will it help me keep up with Mom?
You got this.
So you can really promise better sleep.
Not promise, prove. And now during our Veterans Day sale, save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition smart bed. Now $17.99. Only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Your house brought you together, like really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
Oh, honey. What do you think? You love it?
More meat ounces means more meat bounces. Get any papadilla like the new double cheeseburger papadilla for just $6. Papa John's.
Apartments.com makes getting into a new home easier than ever.
I thought you loved me.
Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
First drive of the 3rd quarter, it looked great for Wyoming, getting inside the 20 of Colorado State on this play from Isaiah Nayor, but the ball spin, unsportsmanlike conduct, puts them back, and then in the punt situation, freshman long snapper Reed Sun hits one of the upbacks, Jordan Bertinoli, and Craig Bowles like, what is happening to my team?
So frustrating to have unnecessary things like that. It's the attention to details. You can't have the snap hit you. You can't do the most. You've been losing all game. There's nothing to be spinning the ball on.
And you see the field position advantage with that average drive start near midfield for Colorado State. They start there again. Another touch here for right to the outside. You can just see how dynamic he's been and what that's done for the offensive thrust here for Colorado State.
It's giving them answers all over the field. They can go outside, they can come inside, they can run the ball outside, they can run the ball inside. And it's giving Patrick O'Brien the tools and everything he needs to be successful tonight, especially with the field position they've been gifted.
6 yards on first down, but they'll get backed up here. Bertinoli, again, who was on that play when he got hit with the snap of the last play, can do work from the defensive line spot at a couple of sacks last week and blows up the run play with the stop of McElroy. Gandy there too.
Trey McBride has to fax across the offensive line faster to lob that unblocked guy. I mean, you know that's the key block in making this play go because you're pulling the guard. So they have to be able to fax those tight ends a lot better.
O'Brien trying to link up with McBride, but a low throw, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Great stance again by the Cowboy defense, being able to have a short field and still being able to get a 3 and out and making some plays to save their offense on the other end of the football.
That was 3rd and long, so it'll be time to punt it away here for Colorado State. And the Cowboy team doing its thing. Punt time for Stonehouse. Little pooch kick, fair catch from Crow. They'll take it as 11, and that's where the Cowboys will get it back. We'll step aside. Early 3rd quarter in the border war. The Rams 10 up while the Cowboys.
Dear Max, dear Abigail, Harper, and Hudson, I know I'm not supposed to choose favorites, but you're my #1. Sent you a little something special. Happy holidays. Love, Grandma.
Harper, Hudson, let's open your presents from Grandma.
Come here, Max. Here you go.
Abigail. Guys, say cheese. Come on.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Did you get the gift we sent you, Mom?
We did. We loved it.
We should do this every year.
Give the perfect gifts this holiday from Chewy.
When we started our business, we were paying like an arm and a leg for the postage. I remember setting up ShipStation. I think it was just like 1 or 2 clicks. Everything was up and running. I was printing out labels and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, were cut in half, just like that.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/try and get 2 months free.
Jim and Joanne are here to pick up the same prescription. They both know the system is not on their side. They both know drug costs are out of control. But one of them is taking back control with GoodRx. So while he's paying that much, even with his insurance, she's paying this much just by using GoodRx. Use GoodRx to compare prices at pharmacies in your area and stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today and take back control.
All around the world, people everywhere are using social media to create some of the most ingenious, hilarious, and entertaining videos we've ever seen.
What did you do?
Creativity, excitement, and hope remain strong in the human spirit. We treat America to the best videos in history.
Did you just toot?
Gather the family as I host the greatest at-home videos, Fridays on CBS.
Well, let's take a peek at how some fans are tailgating from home. Brought to you by Twisted Tea. We got food, celebration, check. And check, refreshments as well. Enjoying things from the friendly confines.
Mom looked like she was pretty locked in.
Certainly did. Submit a photo of your home tailgate at cbssports.com/Twisted Tea for your chance to win money towards a year's worth of Twisted Tea. Again, Colorado State, Wyoming fans forced to watch from home tonight. Again, no fans allowed here with the coronavirus restrictions here in this local region in Fort Collins. And those watching seeing the Rams with this 24-14 lead as Levi Williams for the Cowboy attack. Start off with this second drive of the third quarter. Valladay surging forward for 3 yards. Henry Blackbird again, who came in for Quinn Britton, who went out with that injury, helping out. Scott Patchen up front, bullying his way too. Can Patchen transfer in from Miami? Williams to the outside. Patchen giving chase again. Completes it to the outside. Devin Jennings wide out, picking up the grab. And that'll move the chains.
What I love so much about this is that Wyoming's offense has found a way to show run looks formationally to get their play actions and their pass plays to be effective. Last time they hit one with an over route with Isaiah Neyor, and that came out of a fullback style of formational offense. So when we see heavy run looks, expect big pass plays like you have the last 2 drives.
Jennings, redshirt freshman from Houston, Texas, gets his first Cowboy catch of the season. Valladay. Nothing has come easy tonight. Most times when number 6 has gotten the football. Patchen up front. Aaron Moore in there too.
Anytime we see a smaller defensive line penetrating as much as the Colorado State defensive line has been doing all night, it just shows who wants it more, who's more physical in a night like tonight, and Colorado State has been doing a great job of shutting a lot of runs down before they get anywhere past 5 yards.
And the Rams gave up 432 total yards last week in the loss against Fresno State. 300 plus in the air as Valladay airs it out on the ground. Another strong run. Over 2,000 yards in his career for the Cowboys with that 36-yard scamper.
This play was all because number 11 played out of position, chasing the ball front side when he's a quarter safety that has to play D-gap backside. And guess what happened? Valladay, being the patient, explosive back that he is, finds the whole backside and takes advantage of a miscue of placement by the free safety who played out of position.
2,036 yards to be exact right now for Valladay as he checks out. 12th player in Wyoming history to hit that mark. Smith, who had an earlier touchdown. He is a quality guy to come in. Craig Bowl said, look, I look at them both as starters right now with their ability. Valladay can get a breather. Smith comes in, and we don't lose anything.
I really love the fact that they established their identity with the running backs. There is no confusion about where they're going with the football, and to have 2 capable backs with Trey Smith and Xavier Valladay being that 1-2 combo is going to keep defenses on their toes all season.
Defensive coordinator Brent Vigen thankful to have Smith really step up. Another give from Williams. And dragged down by Devin Phillips. Vigen said at times last year, Valladay was the sole guy, and sometimes you don't want that. You need some depth at that spot. A little missed time on that handoff there. Smith checks out and Valladay back in.
This is early, but this is a great third down for Levi Williams to keep his offense on this drive. It's going to be interesting to see. I believe that Colorado State is going to show some quarters looks. They're going to make sure that Levi is throwing this football on the outside.
Wyoming is 1 of 7 in converting third downs. Needs 7 on this. They'll get that. Big grab from Trayton Welch, the sophomore from Minnesota, hauls it in.
Looks like a busted coverage. You had a corner blitz, and the safety played his responsibility with a corner blitz, but he was missing the help from the strong safety. And you can see it's a busted play down the seam, and Levi did a great job of finding him, but he could do an even better job of keeping him on the run so he can score a touchdown.
25 yards sets up Wyoming in the red zone, brought to you by Verizon. Valladay knifes his way forward to the 6.
Expecting a heavy dose of Valladay and Trey Smith in this part of the field. They're not going to disguise what they're doing. They're going to run straight at you with those beefy offensive linemen, and they're just going to run vertical and dare you to stop them. So we're going to see the courage and toughness of this Colorado State defense make a stand on this drive.
Valladay, 21 rushes, 129 yards. Last year in the border war win for the Cowboys, he had 27 carries, 154 yards. This time, the fake to Valladay. Williams looking to get to the outside. Not a lot there. Jackson chasing him down. So too was Blackburn. The true freshman burned on that earlier run, but he was on the right spot that time.
Absolutely, and Coach Adazio brought it up a lot in our meetings this week that they spend a lot of time in practice working on these short yardage situations. They don't want to give up the easy 3rd and 2s or the easy goal line run-ins. They want to make it tough as possible. And as you can tell, and as they've been playing today, they've been making it tough on this Wyoming offense to just punching in from 5 yards out.
3rd and goal for Wyoming. Williams forced to tuck it and chase down. Jackson delivers the bring down. The middle man for CSU has range to get out and make the play.
Just check out the pushing the pocket and forcing Levi to step in. And with the linebackers, Daquan Jackson, having his eyes on the quarterback, it's an easy play to make. Give compliment to those DNs of making Levi step up and making him uncomfortable in the pocket.
John Hoyland been terrific so far. The walk-on kicker pressed into duty, 5 of 6 on the year field goal-wise, and able to hook that one through from 25 yards out as the Cowboys salvage a field goal to pull within 7. The border war tightening up. 24-17, Rams still on top.
Love Jersey Mike's subs? Love them times 12 with our new catering box. Packed full of a dozen individually wrapped subs. They're yours for the sharing. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
DiGiorno has 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Rising Crust is fresh baked deliciousness. Stuffed Crust is literally mouth-watering. There's a 5-star pizza for everyone in your family to love. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
When it comes to home gating, you gotta have certain essentials. As long as I got my family, friends, Tostitos, my famous nachos, we're good. And don't forget to put a little bend in your knees. Right now, we're just finding happiness in the small things. Just being with the fellas, watching the game, I think it's a very special moment. We don't get to play, but we get to watch it.
I agree. I'm okay with you being the nacho guy the rest of the season.
Tostitos, get to the good stuff.
It's time for Sleep Number's Veterans Day sale on the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. You can adjust your comfort on both sides, your Sleep Number setting.
Can it help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable.
Will it help me keep up with Mom?
You got this.
So you can really promise better sleep?
Not promise, prove. And now during our Veterans Day sale, save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition smart bed, now $17.99. Only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived.
You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. So go ahead and cater to your craving. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Sunday, an NFL on CBS doubleheader. The early games highlighted by the Ravens and their dynamic rushing attack taking on the Colts. Then one of football's classic rivalries renewed. The Steelers clash with the Cowboys, or Kyler Murray and the Cardinals beat the Dolphins. All begins with the NFL today at noon. Sunday on CBS. How about some guys repping the Mountain West in big ways? You look at Josh Allen, what he accomplished with the Cowboys, now leading the Buffalo Bills, and Michael Gallup doing things in Dallas.
You see a lot of familiar faces that are shining in the NFL today, and it's credit to the Mountain West recruiting and the ability of the league to play at such a high level. I mean, I love watching those players on the field at all times, and especially Devontae Adams playing with my guy A-Rod up in Green Bay.
Yeah, there's some quality here in this league, and maybe some future potential NFL guys on display certainly right now. Wyoming just tried to claw its way back. The early 2-touchdown hole after the giveaways were translated into touchdowns for the Rams. Panunzio on the bringback has room on the near side. Pulling his way out close to midfield. Finally pushed out about the 48-yard line. And a rugged run for the junior.
Once again, we're calling field position out. I mean, they're starting their drive right around the 50-yard line. And just look at the effort and the blocks. Look at number 10 putting the kicker on his butt just to give some more yards for number 18 to get down the field. I mean, this is what you want to see in a rivalry game. You want to see everybody putting in everything they got to the last whistle. And that's why they're leading the game right now.
Taiwan Francis with the big block, 42-yard return for Panunzio with a 35-yard kickoff return against Fresno last week. In the flat to right, O'Brien has it complete. And again, we talked about the quarterbacks. Last week, we saw the starter, Todd Centeio, lead Colorado State to a 10-7 lead, primarily through his legs, doing some explosive plays. Again, at some of the skill positions, the Rams a little bit sure-handed. O'Brien came off the bench late, but he got the start tonight and has led this team the whole way. The offense looks into rhythm. Vivens to the 40-yard line, able to move the chains. Number one, are you surprised that we haven't seen Centeio, and now do you think we're going to see it?
Well, watching how Colorado State's offense has been moving so fluid, I think it would disturb the momentum by putting in a Centeio in this position. Not because he's not capable, but because O'Brien seems very comfortable and in control of this offense, that he's going to put up points as he's been doing all game. Centeio is a good option to throw in there when you're seeing some stagnation in the run game, but they've been getting everything they want on offense, so he may be taking a longer break than he wants to, but just to know that they do have him in the saddle just in case they need him.
But O'Brien has been sensational so far. 13 of 19, 170 in the air, and has looked comfortable in leading this team. And now a dart down the middle. McBride holds it into the end zone for another Ram touchdown.
What a beautiful touchdown play by the CSU offense. They had a switch releases on their verticals. The guys got mismatch, messed up, and he had a guy streaking right down the middle of the field. The motion got the safeties misaligned, and they cut a guy loose, and you know Patrick O'Brien is not going to miss wide open guys. You see the switch release, you got Wyoming losing track of players, trying to account for their Dante motioning across the field, and they gave up big points and big plays, and Patrick O'Brien is coming through.
38 yards on the touchdown to McBride. And this Ram offense is humming. Patrick O'Brien to his big play tight end, who's got his second score of the game. And the Rams back up by 14.
We made USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Dear Max, dear Abigail, Harper, and Hudson, I know I'm not supposed to choose favorites, but you're my number one. Sent you a little something special. Happy holidays. Love, Grandma.
Harper, Hudson, let's open your presents from Grandma.
Come here, Max. Here you go.
Abigail. Guys, say cheese. Come on. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Did you get the gift we sent you, Mom?
We did. We loved it.
We should do this every year.
Give the perfect gifts this holiday from Chewy.
The best way to get the new large 3-topping $10 Tastemaker is also the easiest. With contactless curbside pickup, let us know when you're here without ever leaving the safety of your car. No one outpizzas the Hut.
This is the new iPhone 12 Pro with 5G, and it's on AT&T, the fastest nationwide 5G network.
Now new and existing customers can get our best deal.
Really? Mom, AT&T has the deal for new and existing customers. I will.
So what'd she say?
It's the wrong person. It's a guy named Carl, but he's very excited and on his way.
Word of mouth advertising. It's what they did before commercials.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets our best deal, like the amazing iPhone 12 on us.
When it comes to the home gating, you gotta have certain essentials. As long as I got my family, friends, Tostitos, my famous nachos.
You gotta have those.
We're good.
I'm okay with you being the nacho guy the rest of the season.
Tostito, get to the good stuff.
Trey McBride, a force to be reckoned with, and he has burned the Cowboy defense for the second time for a score tonight.
As you can tell, this is why having Dante Watkins back in the lineup is so important. Look at much attention he causes with just the motion, and look at how the defense responds. They're making a lot of calls to account for this motion guy, and ends up cutting Trey McBride loose right down the field and leaving that guy that was in a bind on the motion left behind in the play. And Trey McBride doing what he does best, finishing the job, and that's what I'm talking about. Big man with a touchdown and getting the CSU offense back on top.
6'4", 260. Fifth catch of the night for McBride, 90 yards, the 2 scores, the touchback. And the Cowboys down 14 again as you look at our Geico difference makers, and Patrick O'Brien, boy, he has been rock solid and efficient for CSU. Xavier Valladay getting into a groove is this Cowboy offense. That run attack has done good things to come back in it, but they keep falling behind because the defense hasn't been able to slow down the Rams.
Absolutely. Another thing that's been killing them are the penalties. They get these explosive plays on offense, and they drive all the way down the field and end up getting penalties that set them back to 3rd and 4th and 22 plus.
Williams has been impressive here in the second half of the air as Valladay gets thumped right away. Manny Jones moved from defensive tackle to defensive end. He's honorable mention at that other spot in the conference all last year. Wherever you put him, he's going to get things done.
The Rams defensive line is eating the offensive line of the Cowboys lunch tonight. Making plays, setting the one-on-one blocks, and making plays backside on a front side run is something that, if you're getting that tonight, it's going to be a long day for the running game.
Double digits in the tackle for loss category for the Ram D. Almost had another, but Valladay able to groove his way back to the original line of scrimmage. Gamara leading the tackle charge. 3rd and long coming up for Wyoming. Chuck Heater has to be pleased with how his team has fared on 3rd downs. Remember all those 3rd and longs his team got burned with last week in the loss at Fresno. Said you work so hard to put yourself in these favorable positions. You want to cash it in and seize the drive right now and get the ball back for your offense. Williams, though, out of the pocket, almost connects, but Welch can't hang on.
This is exactly what Chuck Heater, the defensive coordinator for the Rams, wants. He wants to put the ball in Levi Williams' hand on 3rd down. As you can tell, he does a great job escaping the pressure, but he's not being accurate enough to make the correct passes outside of the pocket to extend the drive. A lot of what Chuck Heater is doing is exactly what he wants the Cowboys offense to do. Play right into his hands, have long 3rd down situations, and then they can play softer on the back end.
Nick Noll ready for his 3rd punt of the night. 43.5-yard average on the initial ones. Right back there, looking to make a return, but no chance. Dragged down right away with excellent coverage. Wyatt Eckler right in his mug to bring him down immediately.
Dante Wright, a dangerous return man, but look at the way he was able to force him to go one way. Force him one way and be able to push him that way, and then you rally and make the tackle. That's a good job by the coverage team.
Injured Cowboy down is Cameron Murray, getting attended to right now, part of that punt coverage unit. Also on the defensive 2-beat, sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, backup strong safety. And Cowboy staff going to take its time here in working with this young man. CSU will be ready to get its offense back onto the field, try to stretch out this lead late in the 3rd quarter. Take another look at how this happened. Bottom of the screen. And you see him just kind of pull up immediately there. Not quite sure what that could be. You see the training staff working with his right leg at this point.
Those non-contact injuries you got to be aware of because they can strike at any moment. It didn't look like he had too much friction on that play, but he obviously felt something that caused him to take a seat.
Good to see him walk off, albeit gingerly, under his own power. Chuck Heater's defense doing the job again. Second go around for him. Was here early 90s and a lot of stops along the way. Played for Bo Schembechler at Michigan. Later an assistant at Ohio State. But here with the Rams, look, there's Earl Bruce, there's Chuck Heater. There's Urban Meyer rocking the mustache.
That's how long this picture goes back. The Urban rocking the stash. We love to see it every time we can.
See the offense here for CSU with Vivens on the run. Charles Hicks on the stop. We talked to Chuck Heater, and he was talking about that trip. He said Joe Tiller was the head coach at Wyoming back then. He said it was a lifetime ago. And again, he has been so many places, reunited with Steve Adazio. Again, they were with Urban Meyer together with great success at Florida. Heater was with him at Temple for a couple of years and then had the opportunity to come back and join him again. And his defense disappointed in how they played last week in some big situations, but they have risen to the occasion tonight.
Timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Timeout taken by Colorado State. Now, Chuck Heater's, again, we mentioned the stops: Ohio State, Michigan, Washington, Utah, Notre Dame, a bunch of places, Florida. How about talking some big teams, thinking about the college football playoff, and some of those stops are on this list here. This is who you think is going to make that last four.
Well, two of those teams I'm very familiar with, and I don't think it's biased, but I do think it has some credence behind it. I think Notre Dame having a big win against Clemson can really solidify a playoff spot for them. And then for Florida, Kyle Trask is playing unbelievable, setting records in the SEC under a great coach in Dan Mullen. They win this Florida-Georgia rivalry game this week. I can expect them to see a very good picture in the playoff coming up.
Okay, so I'm just getting this right. So two of the four teams are your two college stops in Notre Dame and Florida. You just trying to make sure you keep getting invited to alumni functions?
100%. we need those tickets for the game when it comes time.
Targeting right to the outside, incomplete from O'Brien. Sets up 3rd and long here for CSU. Again, be interesting to see how it plays out. Notre Dame with that showdown against Clemson, and in this weird year, will one loss eradicate somebody? Well, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out, but one of them's going to have that first loss, we think, unless it ends in a tie coming, which we don't think would happen with the overtime rules these days.
Well, thinking about it, Ohio State has 2 wins right now, sitting in the top 5. It's going to be very interesting to see how they seed as the games go on.
Final minute here, 3rd quarter. It'll be punt time for the Rams. Time McCullough able to come in and help out of the offense. 4th and 4. Crow trying to create some magic and can't. Cut down immediately. Great work on the coverage team. Christian Cumber able to fly down and make the tackle. 43 yards in the punt and nothing doing on the return.
All 3 phases of the game have been really, really good for Colorado State. They've been playing great in special teams and defense and offense. But Valladay, he has some numbers, but it's been a tough day for him fighting through this tough CSU defense. I mean, he's been able to break some to the 2nd and 3rd level, but it hasn't been without having some contact. But it just speaks to also how special this player is, being able to continue to get yards while having so much contact.
Williams on the design run to the outside, leapfrogs one man, or maybe that leapfrog just stepped over him as the defender went low, and Williams was able to use that tall frame to glide over top. Valladay coming back in, 4 yards in the carry for the Cowboy quarterback. And we do have a player down on the ground. inside the 25-yard line, and that looks to be Scott Patchett.
Scott Patchett has been having a great day pushing the pocket and creating pressure around Levi Williams. Even though he hasn't been able to hit him every time, he's been making him known being there and been putting pressure on Levi to get the ball out of his hands a lot faster.
A couple of tackles, including a sack for Patchett in this game. Pair of quarterback hurries. And a guy that played a handful of years at Miami, coming in here for his final season of eligibility as a grad transfer for CSU. His brother Matt played for Steve Addazio at BC. So the connection there, and Action finding a home with the Rams. Williams fakes the give. Play action. Time. Space. Looking downfield, and a flag coming down. Alex Brown was trying to latch onto it, but Marshawn Cameron was draped all over him.
It's a great throw by Levi, throwing him the green space. And this is what happens when you throw the ball away from the defender. It requires the defender to chase, and it puts him in an uncomfortable position where now you have the ball and the receiver body in between.
Pass interference, defense number 26, 15-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
First down and the pass interference call against the guy that started the scoring in this game with his pick six. And that set the tone for CSU.
We will play one on time down.
So before the fourth quarter gets ready to roll, you heard the officials, clock had expired, but they'll play one untimed down here at the end of quarter number 3.
Once again, also, you're finding that Wyoming is finding a lot of success pushing the ball down the field when they're coming out in these ginormous run looks. You just have a receiver split out on each side, and they've been able to buy time and have guys cross the field and run these deep post and overs.
And that defensive penalty allowing this untimed down from the 45 for Wyoming. Simple give to Valladay. Lurching forward for a couple. Toby McBride on the stop. And we are now officially through 3 quarters. One more to decide who gets the bronze boot. Colorado State trying to win it for the first time since 2015. Up here, headed to the 4th as you watch college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico.
Next, we need to talk. Make way for all things Masters.
To be there with Nick, it was a dream come true.
The fact that he won it is such a miracle.
Tuesday on CBS Sports Network.
5G just got real. iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Pro are here on Verizon 5G.
This new iPhone plus Verizon 5G.
Game changer.
With the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more and more cities, the performance of 5G ultra wideband, the fastest 5G in the world.
Whoa.
I downloaded a whole movie in under 30 seconds. How is that possible?
Now, get iPhone 12 on us when you switch.
I want this phone.
This is the 5G phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for. Only on Verizon.
Oh no! Another pizza deal that's carry-out only? Introducing the new $10 tastemaker from Pizza Hut. Get any 3 toppings you want delivered for just one easy payment of $10. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
When it comes to the home gating, you gotta have certain essentials. As long as I got my family, friends, Tostitos, my famous nachos.
You gotta have those.
We're good.
I'm okay with you being the nacho guy the rest of the season.
Tostito, get to the good stuff.
When we started our business, we were paying like an arm and a leg for the postage. I remember setting up ShipStation. I think it was just like 1 or 2 clicks. Everything was up and running. I was printing out labels and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, we're cut in half, just like that.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to shipstation.com/try and get 2 months free.
Right, just keep climbing there, gentle. Can you just be gentle with the trans? Okay. I know you don't know what to show. Just gentle.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database.
Yeah, I think you'd be a good fit.
So you can start hiring right away. Claim your $75 credit when you post your first job at Indeed.com/home.
Two first-quarter turnovers turned into touchdowns quickly by Colorado State. The difference in this latest edition of the Border War, the Rams up by 14 as we see who's doing some of the dirty work in this game, brought to you by Coyote.
From the very beginning, you saw how Colorado State's defense was giving it up. First two drives, big turnovers. And ever since then, they've been making life for Levi Williams very complicated. Even on good pass plays, he's getting hit. Valladay's getting tackled behind the line. This Wyoming offense is not used to the type of pressure that this defense is providing, and it's showing today. 3 takeaways and 14 points off of those takeaways is making the game what it is right now.
Made it tough for Wyoming, too. On third down, Cowboys just 2 of 10 on third downs as Valladay tries to avoid a third down here. He's close to first down yardage. Looks like he'll be marked about 1.5 yards short. Third and short coming up here for Colorado State. Last week, the Ram defense punctured by Fresno State. It was 10 of 18 against CSU's D on third downs, but Chuck Heater's defense has found the right recipe so far. Williams off the high snap. Nowhere to go. Toby McBride pulls him down.
And that's the staple of the game. Trey McBride's brother in on this play right here. And it just shows you what it's been like for Levi Williams all day. Somehow a lot of miscues, a lot of penetration from the weak side of that defense line. Look at that. He had a little MMA takedown on that one because Levi Williams is so big. A guy like Toby McBride needed a little extra help, and he got it from his fellow Rams on the defense.
That's 2 on the takedown there with the inside trip and 1 in the sack category for Toby McBride, who's had such an injury-plagued career in coming back for his final season this year after missing the bulk of the last 2 years. Punt from Wyoming, and they'll down it at the 1-yard line. Excellent work by Miles Williams to hustle down there and down it deep in CSU territory. They'll mark it actually at the 2. So O'Brien and the offense will work from the breadth of their own goal line, trying to protect the ball and this lead.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Dear Max, dear Abigail, Harper, and Hudson, I know I'm not supposed to choose favorites, but you're my number 1. Sent you a little something special. Happy holidays. Love, Grandma.
Harper, Hudson, let's open your presents from Grandma.
Come here, Max.
Here you go. Abigail. Guys, say cheese. Come on. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Did you get the gift we sent you, Mom?
We did. We loved it.
You should do this every year. Give the perfect gifts this holiday from Chewy.
I don't even think I can make this at home for $3.99.
No, you have to buy the meat, you have to buy the queso, you have to buy the bread, you have to buy the cheese, you gotta buy the grill, you gotta buy everything.
Queso burger.
Ooh.
Apartments.com makes getting into a new home easier than ever. Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
Old Trapper Beefs, fake protein.
Can we take a protein break? Check it. I got my beans, my bars, my goos, my glums. I think Goop was a bad choice.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Hi, Susan. Honey.
Yeah?
I respect that, but that cough looks pretty bad. Try this new Robitussin Honey Severe.
The real honey you love, plus the powerful cough relief you need.
Mind if I root through your trash?
New Robitussin Honey Severe. Strong relief for your severe symptoms.
All the injury issues for Toby McBride. He used to wear 97, and this year when the NCAA mandated in football that players could wear the number 0 for the first time, he said, you know what? I want it. I want to try to change my luck. He's missed so much time with injury. Playing in this game for the first time since his true freshman season. He gets his second tackle for loss tonight on that sack. And look at the emotion to be able to contribute not only for his team, but in this rivalry game for the last time.
It sounds like him picking that 0 was good. 0 injuries that end up being on his part.
He's been healthy, and that's been a good thing. From deep in their own territory, looking for a little breathing room here is McElroy in this Rams attack. Chad Muma double figures in the tackle category. There's Trey McBride, Toby's brother. He's got the first 2 touchdown game of his career tonight. It's interesting. Trey is actually a twin. His brother Dylan was a college wrestler for a stretch. Trey says he's a beast, and it looks like the McBride boys know the wrestling moves, because that's looked like what Toby pulled there on that last sack when he took his man down. McElroy lunging forward to about the 10. It'll be 3rd and short here.
Well, if I'm the McBride's parents, first of all, I'm proud to have 3 guys and 3 sons to be able to play at such a high level. And you can tell that they've had a lot of brother-to-brother battles, though, especially after seeing that takedown by Toby. If he was a UFC fighter, he would have sure got points for that one.
3rd and short. McElroy trying to penetrate that Wyoming line, but the Cowboys stand it up. Jones, with help from Gandy and others, including Charles Hicks.
The biggest shock of tonight is seeing the defense play more aggressively than the Wyoming defense. We're used to seeing the Cowboys gang tackle, make tackles behind the line of scrimmage, and create a lot of chaos on that side. But tonight, it looks like the little brother has been stepping up today and been making plays for Coach Adazier.
4th and short. Kick time for Ryan Stonehouse. And another high boot. Backs up the return man to the 40-yard line. That's Dante Crow looking to find a way free, but nothing doing as he's ridden out of bounds. Cade Plath among those down there in coverage.
Wyoming's offense is still in the game. They're still in the game. It will be critical for them to get a score here and then to see what will happen moving forward. But right now, they're still in position to score and have a good job moving.
Hi, can I get 1 espresso shake and 1 Oreo espresso shake?
Is it espresso? Espresso.
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 Espresso shake.
No,
Espresso or espresso?
It's espresso.
These folks, they don't have time to go to the post office. They have businesses to grow, customers to care for, lives to get home to. They use Stamps.com. Print discounted postage for any letter, any package, anytime, right from your computer. All the amazing services of the post office, only cheaper. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/now and never go to the post office again.
See yourself.
Welcome back to the mirror.
And know you're not alone, because this is not just a mirror. It's an unstoppable community.
Come on, Jesse, one more.
It's a race across time zones.
Come on, you two. Let's go.
A gift for the whole family. So join in now and see your best self in the mirror.
Round 4 was door-to-door action.
Wow, Mamer really backs it in, and we're all stacked up. Now trouble as Hager pushes up. 94 is there, banging wheels.
This is good, hard racing and short course off-road. Look at these guys battling in the back once again.
And Maddox gets the short end of the stick right there.
The battle continues in Wheatland, here at the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series. This Sunday on CBS Sports Network.
Tomorrow night Eastern, another Mountain West tilt. San Diego State matched up against San Jose State. Catch it all here on CBS Sports Network. And how about the Spartans 2-0 for the first time since 1987? Their quarterback is slinging it.
Nick Starkel, one of my favorite quarterbacks in this year's class. I know him very well, and I knew him going to San Jose State was going to be perfect to really show that he could throw that football very well. Almost 500 yards last week.
Nevada winning earlier tonight against Utah State. Wolfpack now 3-0, and saw Boise has a big game coming against top 10 BYU this weekend. Big moment here for Levi Williams trying to lead the Cowboys back, linking up with Eberhardt again for 15 yards in the first down. Remember, in the opener against Nevada, they were down 22 points late third quarter. He was able to get everything moving in the right direction, Williams, with this attack, and help force overtime. Cowboys ultimately fell in OT, but the comeback moves were good. We expect a healthy dose of run and pass, and Valladay try to do damage on the ground. Lamar has had a nice game, a sophomore for Newark, New Jersey. Now you look at what happened in the opener. Trailed 28-6, 3:47 left in the third. Again, able to get that late kick from Hoyland to send it to OT. He had another kick to put them ahead before the Wolfpack got the game-winning touchdown to take the victory. Williams with 3 in the backfield, trying to link to the outside and look for Jackson Marcotte, 6'7" tight end, but a little bit out of his range.
Wyoming has found exactly what they need to in order to create big plays. You see they got 3 backs in the backfield, a run type of formation, and they're going to be able to take these shots one-on-one. This is a play where Levi's got a hit, but at the same time, like he's been facing all day, he's been getting hit a lot while he's been able to try to throw the football. So it was a little miscue on the connection, but it's there when they have these run looks.
Daquan Jackson had the pressure up the gut against Williams. He'll sling it to the outside. That time, he's in perfect rhythm with Marcotte. And that'll move the sticks.
A little surprising that Colorado State went to a zone type of look in these downs. They've been pretty aggressive on third down and causing havoc for Levi, but this time Levi was settled in the pocket. And you can tell when he has a good base and he's not being uncomfortable in the pocket, he's going to find the open guys at least and at least give him a chance to catch that first down.
12 yards, first down from the 29. Fake to Smith, going down the middle. Eberhardt again latching onto one. Close to the 10-yard line. Good enough for first down yardage one more time. 17 yards on the pass catch.
Good ball fake. Catching number 11 in the box and throwing right behind him. That's the type of RPOs that you wanted to see actually from Patrick O'Brien, but they're being very effectively used with Levi Williams. It's causing them to play a lot tighter, and you're getting a lot of things behind the defense.
Williams 274 yards in the air, 132 of that to Eberhardt with his 7th catch of the game. 1st and 10 from the 12. And a whistle here as the play was starting. And a timeout, I believe, taken here by the Rams.
Prior to the snap, Colorado State called their second charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
So the Rams spend their second of 3 in the half. Again, this defense has made some big plays early in the game, but Wyoming, Malik, has kind of settled into some rhythm offensively. They've gashed this Ram defense for 422 total yards.
And that's what makes Wyoming so special as a team, is that they're not going to quit. Even if you light the fire under them in the first half, they're going to play all 4 quarters. And when you do that, you're going to make it tough for any team to just blow you out. So for good thing for Wyoming offense, they're still in this game under 2 scores. Levi Williams is finding some confidence and making some good throws. And of course, you got Valladay, who's going to put up the numbers he's going to put up anytime he's out on the field. And it's going to be hard for these Rams to close out this game unless they get a stop in these next couple of drives.
To the pair of tight ends shift to the left side. The run from Valladay cuts back to the right, lurching forward to the 5. Patchen and Stewart among those dragging him down.
See this offensive line size wearing a little bit on Colorado State, especially in these particular situations of the field. I'm expecting Valladay to either bounce one outside or catch something in the flat to make this game a lot closer.
27 carries, 145 rushing for Xavier Valladay. Number 6 gets the call again. Into the pile. Hard work for a yard, maybe 2. Short yardage situation coming up.
Taking Valladay out on a 3rd down, you can tell that they're probably going to go somewhere with Trey Smith right up the gut or a Levi Williams sneak in some capacity.
3rd and 1. And they can get the first, and they'll get the touchdown. Williams' second effort saunters in.
6'4", 240, running quarterback sneaks. Is going to be tough for a defensive line that's smaller to be able to stop that momentum. Levi punching in. I knew they were going to go with Levi here because you took Xavier Valladay out. And look at Levi just being the bully he is, running into the end zone and closing the gap on this game.
Again, they've gotten him doing some more downfield passing in this game. Now the quarterback using his legs and his second effort to make it a 1-score game. The redshirt freshman roaming in, and the border war coming down to the wire again.
What do you do after you're the #1 selling brand of gas-powered handheld outdoor power equipment in America? You start making more equipment right here in America. Real steel. Find yours.
Sometimes, the smallest gestures can be the most refreshing. Give extra, get extra.
This is a Smile Direct Club aligner. It's how Smile Direct Club safely and gently straightens your teeth. Wear them as directed and you'll get a smile you love for less than $3 a day. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
What is it? Bangin'.
This is what I'd call a bangin' burger.
The chilies with the onions and the queso.
Boom. Queso knows where it's supposed to be, where it belongs. Queso burger.
DiGiorno has 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Rising crust is fresh baked deliciousness. Stuffed crust is literally mouth-watering. There's a 5-star pizza for everyone in your family to love. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Don't worry, Julie. Coughing's not new. This woman coughs, and that guy does too. People cough in the country, at sea, and downtown. But don't worry, Julie. Robitussin shuts coughs down.
Apartments.com makes getting into a new home easier than ever.
How hot do you think it is? 1 million. If only we had AC. I'm so happy.
Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Ice Cold Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. And by Verizon, the network more people rely on gives you more.
Two public universities about 65 miles apart. The border war renewed. Levi Williams in Wyoming not going down without a fight. They cut the lead to 7 after his quarterback touchdown. 31-24 in favor of Colorado State. Rams trying to win the Bronze Boot for the first time since 2015. Wyoming looking to keep possession of that prized piece of hardware for the 5th consecutive year. Kickoff from No. And that'll be down in the end zone. So the Rams will have it. Patrick O'Brien came off the bench in the opener. He started tonight and continued brilliantly.
Patrick O'Brien has been a reason why this team has been in position like they have been all game. He's been able to make the right plays at the right time, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him, and giving his offensive playmakers the ball in space. Dante and as well as Trey being able to be out there, provided for him to, and look at his numbers. I mean, he's being able to not only run the football, but he's been able to put up good pass numbers in this offense.
216 of the air, 2 that way, 1 himself on the ground. Now to Wright. He and McBride have been the 2 primary targets of this air attack for Colorado State. 8th grab of the game for Dante Wright as his 3rd career 100-yard plus receiving game. The ZZ Hearn there on the stop, 9 yards on the pickup. Bivens will cut back and get enough for the first down. The clock now becomes the friend of the Rams if they continue winding it and picking up time. And Greg Bowles' defense hoping to stop it and give his offense a crack to get back in it.
The Cowboy defense has to balance being aggressive, but not too aggressive where you're giving up explosive plays that can bust the game wide open.
Bivens. Good push up front.
What I really like to see, though, from this offense in Colorado State is that you can see the full potential with Patrick O'Brien being back there. Last week with Todd Centeio, you can tell that the offensive coordinator, John Lynch, was having a little bit of problems keeping things in sequence. Right now, you can tell Patrick O'Brien looks like he's in the groove, and this is that 4-minute offense to kill some of that clock to make the game a little tighter.
Bivens has been the leading ground gainer for Colorado State tonight. This time it's Wright who can do damage in so many ways. On the outside with his speed, Clinton on the tackle, but not before a 14-yard pickup and another first.
We mentioned how much attention Dante gets while he has these motions coming across the formation. As you can tell, they cut him loose trying to bring a pressure, and it was a little too late. He slipped behind him, and a nice, easy completion just to move the chains and kill the clock even more.
Quick little dink and dunk works like a run for the Rams. 9 for 130 in the catch category for the sophomore. O'Brien will use a lot of the play clock. McElroy falling forward. Goodbow makes sure he stays down.
Patrick O'Brien, being like the veteran he is, taking up as much play clock as possible. This is stressing out and building up anxiety on the Cowboys defense, anxious to get guys off the field, but this also ramps up the possibility of them being careless and committing careless penalties like unsportsmanlike conduct or face mask. So this is important for the Wyoming defense to stay patient and locked in and try to get this team off the field without giving up any more first down.
And important for Steve Adazio and his crew to put this game away with a lengthy drive and points especially to make it a 2-score game. In the loss of the opener against Fresno, Coach Adazio said they had a really physical week of practice, trying to establish our culture, our identity. We're in the middle of doing that. He's done it before as a head coach at Temple and Boston College. We were asking him, Malik, how long does it take to get that culture? And he said, you know, the COVID restrictions have made it more challenging. Trying to implement your systems with some limits, but they are getting things done tonight. And a leaping reception for Wright to snatch that right in front of her. 10th grab of the night for Dante Wright.
What a great completion. He sees the man coverage, and he high-lows that nickel player, number 6, and he just puts enough air on it for Dante, being the athlete that he is, to make a play on it, and 20 just mistimed it enough not to break up the football, and that's moving the chains. This is where you love to have a guy like Patrick O'Brien in the offense, stays calm, cool, and collected against the blitz that Wyoming bring, and they also protected it well enough for him to get the ball off, first down, and moving the chain.
And the clock continues to move as well, approaching the 4:30 mark here of the fourth quarter. Into the pile, thrust back by that front line of the Cowboys. It's Vivens this time. Good bow. Fortifying things, but Wyoming with all 3 timeouts opting not to use them at this point. They'll let the clock roll down. Greg Bowl watching CSU put together a lengthy drive. 9th play of it coming up.
They're trying to bleed the clock here, take as much time as they can, because even if they get 3 out of it, it's still a win for the CSU offense, especially in the drive, trying to put the game away.
Vivens again. Excellent pressure. Bertinoli able to weave in and get it done. So Malik, if you're Craig Bowl in Wyoming, you taking timeouts here on a 3rd and 10 to save some time?
There's a lot of time left in the game still. It's just important to get the offense off of the field. Last time they got burned trying to bring a 0 blitz. Look now, what are you going to do? If I'm the defensive coordinator, Jay Savelle, I'm probably going to try to confuse Patrick O'Brien, being a veteran, showing something he hasn't seen. But if I'm Colorado State and I'm bleeding the clock like I am, I have no problem with running the ball to get in position to kick 3 points and putting the game in Levi Williams' hands.
Now, Colorado State took too much time that time. Did they get the timeout in time? They did.
Colorado State has called their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Forced
30-second timeout.
Forced to use the 3rd here, but they do avoid the penalty, which would have pushed them back 5. See Joey Lynch, offensive coordinator, out there chatting with that offensive unit. And you look at the game last week against Fresno, they only had the ball for 24 minutes to the Rams offense. They still got about 400 yards of offense. And the key plays damaged them last week. Couldn't get off the field on 3rd and long. The missed passes for touchdowns. Those plays have gone in their favor tonight, with the turnovers turned into touchdowns and the penalties committed by their opponent.
The things that they didn't execute well on last week, like you said, they have made great strides and improvements on, and this week against a tougher opponent in Wyoming, and a lot of that is due to having everybody back in the saddle. You got Dante that's back in the lineup, who's been great today, having 10 catches for plus 100 yards, and then Patrick O'Brien, being the veteran that he is, leading the offense in a convincing and poised way to put his team in position to seal the game right here.
3rd and 10. Pressure coming. O'Brien forced to hoist it outside, looking for McBride. Not there. Hearn tracking the tight end all the way. 4th down coming up, and the Rams are going to try a field goal.
This is exactly how I wanted the play to play out. If I'm the defensive coordinator, they try to get the corner with the double move. Trey McBride not being able to create enough separation, and the pressure getting to O'Brien where he had to throw the ball a little more outside than he probably have wanted to. Great stop, and let's see if they get these 3 points to make the gap a little wider.
47-yard attempt for the freshman Robert Liss. It's straight enough and long enough. The big boot may lead to the bronze boot for the Rams.
Big time kick. Big time kick. This is how you seal the game away, putting up 2 scores for the Colorado State Rams. Very impressive. No matter, even if they get stopped, they can still get points out of a drive that's crucial in a rivalry game like this.
.5G just got real. iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Pro are here on Verizon 5G.
This new iPhone plus Verizon 5G.
Game changer.
With the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more cities, the performance of 5G ultra wideband, the fastest 5G in the world.
Whoa.
I downloaded a whole movie in under 30 seconds. How is that possible?
Now, get iPhone 12 on us when you switch.
I want this phone.
This is the 5G phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for. Only on Verizon.
Dear Max, dear Abigail, Harper, and Hudson, I know I'm not supposed to choose favorites, but you're my number one. Sent you a little something special. Happy holidays. Love, Grandma.
Harper, Hudson, let's open your presents from Grandma.
Come here, Max. Here you go.
Abigail. Guys, say cheese. Come on.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Did you get the gift we sent you, Mom?
We did. We loved it.
We should do this every year.
Give the perfect gifts this holiday from Chewy.
Sometimes the smallest gestures can be the most refreshing. Give extra, get extra.
Apartments.com makes getting into a new home easier than ever. Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
Patty,
100%.
Patty, Patty. The flavor, the way they cook it, the way they season it, the way that it's made. Queso burger.
DiGiorno has 7 delicious crusts, and your family food critics will rave. Rising Crust is fresh baked deliciousness. Stuffed crust is literally mouth-watering. There's a 5-star pizza for everyone in your family to love. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Since 1968, the winner of the border war gets the bronze boot. Colorado State hasn't won it since 2015, and freshman Robert List, tasting this rivalry game for the first time, may have allowed his team the opportunity to grab it back. And interesting, the bronze boot for a guy that has one silver boot and one black boot, and we're told that they're both left shoes. He kicks righty with a left shoe. Wyoming down 10, Crow on the return. And good coverage here from Colorado State. I'm trying to wrap my mouth and my brain around the story that we told about. So the left foot, if he wears it, or the left shoe, if he wears it on his right foot, the flat side kind of allows him to control the ball better. I didn't get the whole gist of this.
Well, I thought being a left-hander was really special. Well, when you've got 2 left feet, literally, I didn't know it can come in handy in football games either. You got a guy that has, every kicker, let me tell you, every kicker has their own way of getting into that zone, and 2 left feet, I mean, I don't know if I would suggest it, but it's working for him.
Hey, if this holds up, they're going to be Robert List specials. It's sneaker stores around Fort Collins where they're going to be selling everybody 2 left shoes coming up. And you see the freshman got lifted off by his holder, Ross Ryder, and now all those other guys. You know, come on, upperclassmen don't hang out with freshman kickers a lot, but if you deliver, they do.
I tell you what, if a kicker delivers at any point in a crucial game, everybody's going to show the kicker love. But if he misses it, you can expect the opposite as well.
So now, tall order here for Wyoming, down 10 with 2:30. They do have those 3 timeouts, holding on to them until this point. Williams launching down the middle and latched onto. Good grab there, deep. As Williams is able to find space.
Another man-to-man, gives him a little stick nine at the top, gets the inside position, and Levi does a great job of just giving him a chance. You don't have to be so specific and accurate with big tight ends like that.
Yeah, that was Welch, 30 yards. And now looking for the home run ball to the speedster Crow, and just beyond his grasp.
If I'm the Colorado State defense, I feel like they're playing a little bit too aggressive to be up the amount of points that they are. I would have 2 high safeties back there. They're giving up too many deep shots one-on-one. I mean, even this right here was wide open, and if Levi completed that, it'll make the game within 3 points. So it's especially important for the Colorado State to play a little smarter down here. They don't have a really need to be pressing Levi right now.
2:15 to go. Williams goes down again. Carter comes in after the first contact from Matty Jones.
Oh my goodness, you're talking about a perfect play call. Levi Williams and the offensive line was not ready for that. They gave you a 3-down look and hit you with 4 guys. That's a shame, and it just shows that the offensive line has been struggling all day, even containing 3 guys. If you can't contain 3 guys, then you're going to have a long day blocking for him. And Levi had no chance in standing in that play, and that's the type of things that have been hampering them all game, being in the 3rd and long situation with a guy that hasn't been the greatest of accuracy down the field. I mean, this is why CSU and defensive coach Chuck Heater has been so excited with the performance that his defense has had today, holding this Wyoming offense in some tough positions.
5 sacks for Chuck Heater's D. Double digits in the tackle for loss category overall, and sets up 3rd and a bundle here for Wyoming. They did tack on a 2nd back to the clock, so 2:11 to go here for Williams and company.
This is a 2-down possession right here, so Levi doesn't have to get the 1st down all in one play. He can get something to chunk this and make it a 2-play possession right here.
In the flat, Valladay. Nothing there. Patchen with help from Francis and the bring down.
That's a tough call to make when they're not blitzing you. They're just rushing upfield, and with that, you threw it right into their hands, and now you're in a tough position. 4th and forever.
4th and 21. Williams takes a shot down the middle. Into triple coverage, it falls to the turf. The Rams will take over and about to take possession back of the Bronze Boot.
We can't talk enough about how well this Colorado State defense has been playing. Is put the Wyoming offense in such tough positions, being 3rd and 17 plus in majority parts of the game, and this is the result. You're getting a lot of throwing it up at the end of the game, and Colorado State has done a great job throughout the entire game of being in position and being in the lead to possibly and potentially take this bronze victory back home.
Superior work for the Rams defense. They set the tone in this game with the early turnovers. One directly scored by the D, the other set up the Ram offense in short succession. 14 points to the good right away. And Colorado State has held Wyoming at bay the rest of the way. McElroy pushing forward. Malik, you know
Wyoming
this.
has called their 2nd charge timeout of the half.
As
30-second timeout.
Wyoming spends another timeout. Teams make great progression from that 1st game to the 2nd game in a season. Wyoming talked about how much had happened from their loss against Nevada to the win against Hawaii, and you can see it for Steve Addazio and the Rams. This is a team that has not made a lot of mistakes on key plays tonight.
This has been a total difference. They've been able to execute. That's something that Coach Addazio harped on in our meetings, is that the differences between the game tonight and the game last week all came down to not executing on minor plays. And I give a lot of that and attribute a lot of that success to Patrick O'Brien being back in the starting lineup, looking like he's comfortable in his right position. And then Dante Wright making a big, impressive play today, a performance that is unlike any other, coming back from a freshman All-American season that he had last year. I mean, this CSU offense and defense is something to reckon with as they continue in the Mountain West Conference.
Cowboys do have another timeout to stop the clock. Forward here for McElroy. Wyoming opting not to take it yet. There you see Sean Chambers, quarterback that started the year for Wyoming. Again, suffering another leg issue. Fracture to that left leg, similar to the injury 2 years ago. Knee issue bothered him last year. And disappointed he couldn't be part of this border war this season, but Williams has stepped in for him admirably. It won't lead to the win tonight, but the growth continues for that young quarterback. McElroy powering forward inside the 30. Now that Wyoming final timeouts here.
Final timeout of the half.
Impressive stuff, and this is the time when you miss having a crowd if you're Colorado State because you've ended the hex. You're going to win the rivalry game, and there's no one here.
It's a big night for them to win. Like you said, it's been a long time since they've taken the bronze boot back home. But one thing is true, that they can possibly go celebrate in front of the cheerleaders. I mean, they've been their biggest supporters all night. I mean, they've been standing on their feet, dancing all night. So that's somebody they can share this victory with. I think they played a huge part in tonight's victory.
Yeah, they have been active there and that far side of the field. And again, it's big too for Colorado State, because next week they got to amp it up. They're on the road on the blue turf in Boise a week from tonight. And you know that certainly will be a test and a measuring stick, another one in this conference. And against one that's been quality as the Cowboys have been, with 3 8-win seasons in the last 4 years. Mission accomplished, and the Rams, at least on this night, they measured up.
The Rams are feeling very confident going into the rest of their schedule, because like you said, it doesn't get any easier. They're facing Boise State. They're facing San Jose State. So those are the type of teams they got to get ready for down the stretch. But having a good game and a win in the rivalry against a great Wyoming, traditionally great Wyoming team, is good. A lot of confidence moving into the weeks ahead. And for Wyoming, with the quarterback still being young and Levi Williams, they still have Xavier Valladay and a lot of great playmakers to continue to have a great season. It'll even out for them as the season goes on.
And Wyoming getting it back here with 44 ticks left, down 10. Williams trying to create something, but he'll get caught from the backside. Jones again. Making a half-dozen sacks.
What great hustle by Jones, not giving up. This is why this is a rivalry game. Even until the last second, he's going to hustle his butt off until he can make a play, and that's a way to cap off such a great victory by the Rams.
Williams downed it to kill the clock. It'll be 3rd down, 22 seconds left, and the Rams can feel it. You know, the coaching staff, a lot of these guys, first time part of this rivalry game. A lot of the players, though, they've been on the losing end in recent years. So you know they are about to start that mad dash across the field to go get the bronze boot and bring it back to friendly territory.
Trey McBride made a comment last night that he specifically came back to win this rivalry game, and he trusted Coach Adazio to come through with that, and they came through tonight.
Completion here. Nate Wyman with the pickup. The time going to run out here on Wyoming. And the Cowboys will look to regroup as they fall to 1-2. That'll do it. The bronze boot coming back to Fort Collins as the Rams go to get it. The guys in green get it done here at home. Steve Adazio says he and Greg Bowl kind of see a lot alike. Nice sign and handshake there when Adazio's team got the jump on the Cowboys and made it stand up the rest of the way.
What a great win for this team, and it just speaks to how intense and how great this rivalry is between these two games. They played since the 1800s, so it's important that, you know, you get to see such rivalry exist and still be competitive in a time like this with COVID and everything going on. To see these guys be excited is pretty special.
How about Toby McBride, who wanted this so bad after all his injury issues, the one who's got his mitts on that bronze boot, giving a touch to Steve Adazio. Robert Liss, who sealed it with that late field goal, his second of the night. And yeah, there it is. The Rams have it back for the first time since 2015. Patrick O'Brien back in the starting saddle, and you get the expectation he may stay there for a while for the Rams with his play in this one.
It seems like they found their niche. Patrick O'Brien is going to be the point man into leading this offense, but on the opposite side with Xavier Valladay still being in charge, I mean, he had a big day, 150 yards all-purpose plus, and that ability is going to be great. But for Colorado State to come out with this victory after having so much against them, amazing.
So the Rams get the bronze boot, running happy. Back with more from Fort Collins after the CSU victory for the trophy in a moment.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.